another live production of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Blinn, Texas. Going to give you some live coverage for tonight's game. It's going to be the Blinn Buccaneers hosting the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. Alongside with me here, giving the game with me today, I should say, will be none other than Alan Bowser. And giving the stats tonight, it's going to be Cameron Singleton. How you doing, Mr. Bowser?
I'm doing just fine. It's a little hot, but can't ask for too much.
Yeah, it's kind of different. You doing the games at 7 o'clock, but they changed the times up to 3 o'clock, and that's when we're going to get this thing set. We're about 9 minutes to kick off. We're going to give you some quick stats for tonight's match. We'll see for not tonight. We'll get to not playing tonight. But for today's preview, we have Northeastern College. They have an overall 4-1. They won last week by a score of 10-9 over the Borough College. And then we have the Blinn Buccaneers overall record of 4-1 and 2-1 in conference. They lost last week to Superior Valley Community College by a score of 42-21. With last week, they took Boston. They're trying to turn things around today against Northeastern. And we want to give a little side note that Northeastern defeated Blinn twice last year, once during the regular season and the second time to eliminate them in the postseason. So Blinn is kind of seeking out revenge right now and just trying to prove their dominance. And I want to take that away from you. I want to say that, Mr. Bowder, but I want to give some quick scoring updates right now. Texas defeated 7th-ranked Oklahoma by a score of 48-45. Kentucky is playing Texas A&M. That kicked off at 6 p.m. Houston defeats Tulsa by a score of 41-23 past Thursday. Missouri was trailing South Carolina by a score of 23-31. Northwestern was defeating Michigan by a score of 22-19. The reason why I mentioned that because Northwestern was unranked and Michigan State was ranked. It's kind of a little upset of us. They were in the fourth quarter that last time. And then TCU and Texas Tech play each other Thursday at 6:30. And then Baylor and Kansas State will face off against each other tonight. Didn't quite get the kickoff time for that. We'll try and stay on top of those scores for you. But we are here live in Brenham, Texas. Again, the Blinn Buccaneers will be hosting the Northeastern Oklahoma Norsemen. They're set to get ready for kickoff. We'll give you some more of the stats. Blinn comes in averaging a total of 547.4 total of offense. They get 252 of those on the ground and 295 passing. And then they come in averaging 49.6 points per game. So the Blinn Buccaneers have an explosive offense and just trying to keep that thing going so they can turn things around, bounce back from the loss from last week. But it is a nice turnout here in Brenham, Texas. Kind of, I want to say hot, as you can say up here. They kind of bailed us out, not giving us no AC, but luckily they did provide us with some windows to let some air circulate through here. We are about 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Should we get this thing kicked off? We're going to take a quick break and right back after this. It's hot, man.
I hope my Warriors can start at 8 years and not the game started.
3. It's 256.
Where's the team?
30 teams.
Huh? Where's that? That's them right there.
That's all you need. I'm going to come back in a little bit. Oh, that's the person I'm supposed to get a number from. She's the one that gives us the stats and the player of the game. It's beautiful. Beautiful. No.
Huh?
No. I got to get a number. Oh, dude. I'm going to take something ridiculous. I'm trying to play Fortnite. Ready? Okay. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to kick off. The teams are meeting midfield to assess the kickoff. The captains for the Buccaneers will be number 10, quarterback Davion Boyd, number 22, Carlos Grace, number 1, Kobe Peterson, number 45, Dewan Matthews. And the Blinn Buccaneers are going to come in wearing the white helmets with the black uniforms and the white pants are a different look tonight. Today. Kind of went with a Justin call to wear a black uniform. Kind of real hot tonight, so hopefully the players don't pass out on us. As the visiting Northeastern Oklahoma Norsemen are going to be wearing the gold helmets with the white jersey with the gold numbering and blue pants. Nice look for both teams. So we have a nice turnout here today. But Blinn has won the toss and elected to receive to start off the game. So they will be moving from our right to left. Start off the game. So Norsemen from Oklahoma will get it to receive the start of the second half. But nevertheless, the Blinn Buccaneers are going to get to start this ball game. About getting ready to go swaying on Northwestern, and I'm running from the tunnel here. How you want to call it? Coming from the tunnel, going to the end zone. Both teams are hyped up. Both are 4-1 here, trying to improve to 5-1. Blinn Buccaneers are trying to prove to 3-1 in conference. Didn't quite get the conference record for Northeastern. I looked all day and all night on the website, but couldn't pull up anything. Set to go here. Northeastern kind of chanting now, taking their time now. Kind of talking to the Blinn Buccaneers sideline as they run out. You can kind of feel the tensions already in this ball game. Blinn Buccaneers going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder to try and bounce back from last year being defeated twice by this team. Even though you do have a lot of new faces on this team, a lot have returned, so they do remember the beating that they put to the Blinn Buccaneers. They're just trying to change the outcome and turn things around. So back deep to receive the kickoff for the Buccaneers will be number 13, Danny Gray, and number 8, O'Shea Clark. They're going to be standing at their own about 10-9-yard line. Just like we just kind of waiting on Northwest. They're just kind of like taking the time a little bit. Blinn Buccaneers is just ready to get this thing started. Do the kickoff for the North will be number 99. I want to say Tommy Heatherly. He's going to be kicking from his own 35. Ray, how you feeling today, Mr. Bowdy? I know it's about your first week, second year in attending Blinn, so you have to see your Blinn Buccaneers to sneak out a victory here.
Yes, this will be my first time before being at the school.
So as a fan, too much bias tonight. So set to go here. Hesley getting this kickoff team ready. Kick it up. Back deep to Settle is going to be Clark. Clark has to move the line, trying to hit the outside corner, trying to fall off the block. Has to move the run, still in the speed after about 25. Going to be wrapped up by a couple of Norsemen. And say Clark got to about his 26, so that's where the Buccaneers will get this start off the game. And the Buccaneers are coming off of a loss from last week. So Trinity Valley by a score of 42-21. Trying to turn things around this week here at home. So Boyd bringing his offense out on the field. You got two receivers to the left, two to the right. Boyd's going to come out in the shotgun formation. You got Grace there in the backfield with them. The corners are pressing up kind of tight for the Norsemen. High snap for Boyd. He's going to head it off to Grace. And Grace is coming, hits the outside corner. He has to move that now to his own 40 field. He finally tripped up. See, that was 22. Carlos Grace, that's why I said something. But kind of had a player last night by the name of something. So trying to get back to him. That was about a 17-yard gain for Carlos Grace. So Boyd brings off and I have to move right. Pass is going to be attempted to go to number 1. Eric Weakfall, but out of his hands. So that's going to bring up second down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's going to be spotted at their own 44-yard line. Shotgun formation for Boyd's going to hand it off to Carlos Grace once again. Carlos Grace trying to bounce off, trying to find some room to run. But finally going to be brought down. There is some late commotion going on at the end of the play. Luckily, no one got flagged up for it. So Carlos Grace, last run, went for no yardage. So it's up a third down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. The Norsemen defense trying to get a quick stand right now. Trying to get the offense out on the field. Boyd in the shotgun formation. You got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Boyd has some time to throw. That's going to the intended receiver is going to number 12, Corey Smith. Boyd had a little time to throw, but kind of got rushed out of the pocket just a little bit before he could look for an intended receiver and kind of just rushed that last throw to Smith, but it was just too low, and that was a reach for him. So that's going to bring a fourth down for the Buccaneers. 2 punt for him will be number 93, Cassius. Standing about his own 30 back deep to receive this punt. Number 2 is what I'm seeing. High snap out of his head, and Cassius just going to fall on it. And Cassius falls at about his own 21-yard line, and that's where the Buccaneers the Norsemen will get this to start off their first drive at the Buccaneers' 21st-yard line. 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the contest. And the Norsemen have great field position to start off their first drive.
Such a great start to play. You would expect that to 3 out for the next.
Yeah, the next drive. Look, if you're a Blinn Buccaneers fan, you had a good opening drive on the run by Carlos Grace, but then the next drive, in a way, you went 3 and out. So as the Norsemen get ready to go, quarterback looking for his receiver, and he caught it. Nice concentration on that pass. Man, it's like number 15. It's like I'm saying number 10, but don't have a number 10 on the roster for Norseman. So we're just going to see if we can find out who that is. So just go here, he's going to go back to the shotgun formation. Going to hand it to his running back, number 25, Darian Williams, and he picks up about 2 yards on that last run. That pass went The previous play went for about 7 yards with no reception. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 now for the Norsemen. They're standing at the Buccaneers' 13-yard line. And Buccaneers corners pressed up here, not trying to give up a 1st down on a quick slant. Ball going to be kept by the quarterback. He's going to be stopped for a loss of 2 yards. So the Buccaneers defense doing a nice job not giving up the 1st down. And then the Norsemen, the Golden Norsemen, are going to just bring out their field goal unit out, trying to attempt what seems like a 34-yard field goal for the kicker, Heatherly.
Buccaneers did a nice job of controlling all the options right there, keeping everything in the backfield.
Heatherly kick is up, and it's no good, but there is a penalty marker on the play, but I'm assuming this is going to be an offside going against them. This is an offside. It's going to push them. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be an automatic 1st down, so a mental breakdown for the Buccaneers. The defense did a nice job of stopping the Golden Norsemen on the great field position, but that penalty marker just cost you a whole set of 1st downs for Northeastern Oklahoma. The 1st and 10 now for them. Ball's going to be spotted at the Buccaneers' 11-yard line. 11:52 remaining in the 1st quarter. We still have no score in this contest. Quarterback is in the shotgun formation. You have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looking for a receiver to pass, but this is going to be another penalty mark on the play. It might be pass interference on that play. The ball was nowhere near the receiver, but both receiver and the defender got tangled up on that play. Just the DP for the Buccaneers and then didn't call for it. 1st and goal now for Oklahoma A&M, and they're going to be standing now, marked at the Buccaneers' 4-yard line. Shotgun formation for Oklahoma. He's just going to hand it off to his running back. His running back trying to get in, and he's going to say he's in. Number 25, Darian Williams for the 4-yard touchdown run. So 11 minutes and 37 seconds into this contest. Northeastern has added on to the board, trying to tack on the extra point to make this contest 7-0 over the Blinn Buccaneers. Heatherly's point after attempt is up, and it is good. So 11:37 remaining in the 1st quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Well, oh, she been cupping.
Oh, yeah,
oh, yeah. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Brenham, Texas, as the Blinn Buccaneers are now trailing the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College by a score of 7-0 here in the 1st quarter. The Norsemen capitalized on the great field position that they had to start off that drive. Started at the Buccaneers' 21-yard line and got bailed out with the onside kick. Heatherly missed the 34-yard field goal attempt, but the onside gave them the automatic first down. They were to capitalize on that, and that was number 25, Darian Williams, the 4-yard touchdown run. After the kickoff now will be maintained by Clark at his own 10-yard line. Clark trying to shake off the defense, still on his feet, shake off a tackle, but finally going to be tackled from behind. They're going to get this back to his 14-yard line, and that's where Blinn will get to start their second drive of the game. 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Northeastern's leading by a score of 7-0 over the Blinn Buccaneers. And you can kind of see already that Northeastern is kind of showing the dominance, playing with a lot of confidence right now, just trying to build up off of it.
They came out onto the field that way when they were screaming at
Set to go here. Boys going in the shotgun formation. Got two receivers to the left, two to the right. Carlos Grace in the back room. Walking the head off the Grace. Grace trying to hit the outside, trying to find a hole, and it's a nice run out. She's going to say get about 8 yards in that run. So it's going to break up about 2nd and 2 now for the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers trying to get a no off the ball. Now you got quick receivers to the left of Boyd. You got one over there that's weak off to his right. Boyd looking to pass. Has an intended to bring the ball and go to Carlos Grace. Makes a move. Still on his feet. And probably be tackled by his ankle, but there is a penalty marker on the play right now. If it stands up, it will be a 3-yard reception, enough for the first down for the Buccaneers. It's a nice sportsmanship by Oklahoma and them. Just back. Nice move. Kind of broke his ankles there and had enough to pick up the first down. This is going to go against a 15-yard penalty going against Northeastern. It'll be a tackle on at the end of the play. Done this being at about the 27 or 26. Ball's not going to be spotted at the Buccaneers 40-yard line. Boyd and his offense ready to go. Carlos Grace in the backfield with Boyd. High snap for Boyd. Boyd finds to give it back to Carlos Grace, and Carlos Grace is going to be tackled for a loss of about 9 yards from that last run. Behind that line, Boyd trying to give it to Carlos Grace. Luckily, that didn't end up in a fumble. So now it's a second down and 19 now for the Buccaneers. Shotgun formation for Boyd. 2 shooters to the left, 2 to the right. Boyd stepping back to pass. Having to the receiver, trying to connect him on 40 reach. His intended receiver, number 13, that being Danny Gray, had a beat on his defender, but just overthrew him just by a bit. Kind of went off his hands, but with the reason couldn't secure the pass. So that's going to bring up a third down and 19 now for the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers trying to take some chances downfield early in this game. They have a lot of speed within their wide receivers. The Boys not going back in the shotgun. He got 2 receivers right now. He's taking a receiver in motion. Boys stepping back. Going back to Gray. Gray has to move it. Outside for the Gray. Has to move it away. He's not going to be stopped at about the Oklahoma 29-yard line. About a 40-yard reception from Boyd to Gray. So Buccaneers keeping that no huddle ball right now. There is a stoppage to play right now. This is going to go against the Norsemen. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Legal substitution. So it'll be 1st and 5 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's going to be spotted at the Norsemen 29-yard line. Meaning the 24-yard line now. Boy's going to hand this off to Carlos Grace. Grace kind of spinning off some tackle, still on the street, finally going to be brought down. After picking up and getting the full progress, about 2 yards in that run. So to make up a second down, I want to say about 4 to go. 4. Yeah, second down and 4 for the Buccaneers. 9:14 remaining in the first quarter. Oklahoma A&M was on top by a score, 7-0 over the Buccaneers. Boy's going to fake the handoff. He's going to hit the outside corner, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately. But the ball is loose. Ball is loose. And Oklahoma A&M is saying that they have it, and the head official finally confirms it and says that Oklahoma A&M does come up with the fumble, and that's where Oklahoma A&M will get it to start their next drive of the game at their own, I think about 27-yard line. Not the things you want it to go. If you're a Buccaneers fan, things were moving smoothly that last drive, but Boyd tried to keep it himself and tried to hit the outside corner on the design run option, but it was met immediately, and the causing that fumble was number 94. Later on, Stokes, defensive back, got in that backfield pretty fast. That's what's going on. We kind of got a stoppage in the play. The head officials kind of talking to the Buccaneers sideline right now. I don't know, they're trying to put time back on the clock. Now the officials just tying the shoe real quick. Don't know it'll be enough to take a timeout right now. What's going on? I guess they're just trying to give a break. I'm not sure what's going on. Now the officials is going to take a timeout, so we'll take a quick timeout. Be right back after this.
Hi, this is Mike Prince, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to thank you so much for being a part of today's programming as we've been providing sports coverage for our local and regional high school and collegiate student athletes. We could not get this done without your continued support. We are asking if you would simply visit our website at obnradio.com, become a listening partner to help us continue providing programming. We ask if you could join forces with us by making a commitment of 17 cents a day. It comes out to $5 a month, $60 a year. We will be able to continually to go out and provide you the up-close and personal interviews, game coverage, student-athlete highlights, and much, much more. Please visit our website today at obnradio.com. Click on the PayPal button and become a listening partner today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are hosting the Oklahoma Norsemen. Right now, the Norsemen are leading by a score of 7-0 over the Buccaneers. As a set to go, didn't quite pick up what happened to the stoppage of play, but both teams are ready to go, and so the officials. So shotgun formation for Oklahoma, and he's just going to hand it off to his back, number 25, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams is going to maybe pick up about 3 yards on that last run. So to bring up a second down and 7 now for the Buccaneers. Now you can see that Mr. Bowers just indicated that it's 90 degrees out here in Brenham, Texas. Kind of see that he's kind of breaking a sweat so far here in today's contest. Set to go here now for the Norsemen. They're standing at their own 31-yard line. Got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pump fakes. He has a receiver on the double move, and he's just going to connect them, and he's not going to be pushed out of bounds after picking up. Saying when he picked up 30 yards on that reception. The Norsemen are keeping this thing rolling, going on no huddle offense. Ultimately, handed off to, he's going to be kept by the quarterback this time on the run option. I'm going to say he picked up about 6 yards on that run. So to bring up a second down and 6 now. Excuse me, second down and 4 now for the Norsemen. 7:47 remaining in the first quarter. The Norsemen are at the Buccaneers' 34-yard line. Norsemen trying to switch things up now. Didn't see what he liked. Still don't have a name on the young man's name. He's standing at wearing number 10. We don't have a number 10 for them unless number 13, Jack Diamond, I can only assume. So that's where the Buccaneers seem to be. Norsemen had decided to take a timeout. Didn't like what they drawn up that last play. The clock stopped at 7:23. Norsemen on top by a score of 7-0 over the Buccaneers. But both teams come out of the timeout. Norsemen are looking at about a second four to go for the first down. They're standing at the Buccaneers' 35-yard line. The Buccaneers indicated they wanted to bring some blitzes from the outside corner. That was just a little bluff. Now you have Diamond in the shotgun formation, and then they are going to come with the blitz. There is a fumble, and the Buccaneers are going to have it at midfield, so they decided to bluff with the blitz on the opposite side and just came up. Well, someone said to decide with the blitz on the left side, just to show them they came from the right side, and they would have sacked the quarterback and forced the fumble, and that's where the Buccaneers were having it. And that's what you need if you're a Buccaneers fan. Didn't want the game to go out of hand too early, so you're still trailing by 7 with good field position. The Buccaneers are going to have this starting roughly about the old 49-yard line. 7:16 remaining in the first quarter. Got some very late substitutions coming in now. The late offensive guard coming in. Now Boyd and his offense is ready to go. We got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Boyd stepping up to the pocket. Now he's going to hit the outside. Just going to keep it. That's going to try to pump it. Just has some room there. Just going to hit the outside. Try to spin off of a tackle. I can see both of the players kind of jawing at each other. Boyd felt that he got hit after the play was dead, and he was just letting them know that he wasn't appreciating that last play. The Boyd was able to pick up 2 yards on that last run, so to bring up 2nd down and 8 now for the Buccaneers. Boyd stepping back in the pocket, has him. He's going to blitz on the outside, tried to fight it, but finally going to be brought down. For a loss of about 7 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 15 now for the Buccaneers on that last sack. 6:10 remaining in the first quarter. The Norsemen are leading by a score of 7-0 over the Blinn Buccaneers. Boyd in the shotgun formation has an intended receiver. There's no one by him. He's wide open. And this is going to be for number 3. And he's at the 5. And he's going to be in for the 44. The 64-yard touchdown pass from Boyd to number 3, Corey Henderson. And the Buccaneers are a point after attempt from tying this contest up. 5:53 remaining the first quarter. And we got ourselves a whole new ball game right now. Kick the point out will be number 49, Alex Schroeder, and his kick is up, and it's good. So 5:53 remaining in the first quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers 7 and Oklahoma A&M Norsemen 7. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Is Megan there?
Sure. Follow me. The kids are in the kitchen making sandwiches.
Hey, Julie. Hi, Megan. Hey, Megan.
Yeah?
You're a total freak. God, you're ugly. And dumb. Oh, and your makeup makes you look like a tramp. Tommy Morris told me you guys made out.
Oh, my God.
Everybody knows. The whole school knows. He said your breath smelled like garbage. And that dress is totally hideous. You look like a big fat clown. Disgusting. Oh, and by the way, nice zit.
If you wouldn't say it in person, why say it online? Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Brenham, Texas, where we are all tied up at 7 apiece. He's going to be maintaining the end zone, but he has some room to run, trying to hit the outside, trying to follow his blockers. It's not going to be stopped. Maybe got to his own 20, we want to say his own 17-yard line on that return. So that's a 17-yard return by number 6 for Oklahoma A&M. That's Christopher Potts.
Henderson, that last play was wide open on the sideline here.
And Henderson was actually wide open, and Boyd was able to connect on him with the 64-yard touchdown pass connection. And that's where we stand here. 7-7 apiece in this contest. 5:44 remaining. And now Diamond brings his offense back on the field. There is a penalty marker coming in on the play. I believe it's going to be a delay of game going against Oklahoma A&M. So that's going to push them back 5 yards. So they're 1st and 15 now for them. They'll push them back to about their own, I want to say, 12-yard line. That's where the Oklahoma A&M have it now. See if we get some more scoring updates here within that next break. Diamond looking to pass, connect to a receiver, but he's going to be met immediately, but was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. On the receiving hand of was number 8, that being Hare, Makedius Hare. Makedius Hare was met immediately by number 9, Josh Reed. So to bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Norsemen. Diamond looking to pass. He's going to go to number 8 once again, Hare. And Hare was able to pick up about 8-9 yards. We'll say he picked up 8 yards on that reception. So it'll be a 3rd and 2 now. And on the receiving end is going to be running the ball was number 25, Williams, and he's going to be stopped. And so he lost a yard on that. So to bring up a 4th and 3 now for the Norsemen. They're going to send out their punting unit on the field. So got some quick scoring updates for you real quick.
Clemson is up 14-0 against Wake Forest in the second quarter with 13 minutes remaining. LSU and Florida are tied 7-7 in the second quarter with 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Iowa State is up 16-7 over Oklahoma State in the second quarter with 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Florida State is up 7-0 against Miami University in the second quarter with 13 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Arizona State is up 7-0 against Colorado in the first quarter.
Let me do that last one for us real quick.
And Indiana is up 3-0 right now against Ohio State in the first quarter.
So those are just some previews of games that are being played right now. We are here in Brenham, Texas, where our contest is 7-7. The Blinn Buccaneers have it now standing right about their own 47-yard line. So Boyd brings offense now. Ball's going to be passed, was intended to number 22, Grace, but couldn't come up with it.
Tried to take off running before he fully caught it.
He tried to run before he caught it, so had about 5 yards on that last play, but there is a penalty marker going against the Buccaneers, and that's going to be declined. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. 4:08 remaining in the first quarter. Buccaneers 7 in the Norseman of northeastern Oklahoma 7. Boys in the shotgun formation. Boys are going to hand it off to Grace once again, and Grace is going to be lucky if he got a yard, but he's going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to make up a 3rd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers bringing some quick substitutions out on the field for this 3rd and 10 play. Shotgun formation for Boyd. Grace is in the backfield with them. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Boyd rolling to the right, has the intended receiver. That's going to be number 1, Weefall. Weefall has to move on. Weefall standing at the Norseman 30 and finally going to be brought down at the Norseman 20. Once he got dropped down to the 14-yard line. So he picked up 40 yards on that reception. So he picked up 41, actually. And that was Weefall on the receiving end to pick up the 1st down for the Buccaneers. So 1st and 10 now for them. They're looking at the – and this dude is wide open in the end zone. That's Boyd connecting from number 12, Corey Smith, on the 16-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers have taken their first lead of the game with 3:07 remaining. On top right now by a score of 13-7 with the point after attempt from Schroeder.
Twice now, the wide receiver has been wide open.
And Boyd did a nice job of finding his wide receivers and connecting them for the touchdown. So 3:07 remaining in the first quarter. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 14-7. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent.
A spouse.
Doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey law, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live at Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers have taken their first lead of the game, leading by a score of 14-7. Mr. Bowers, you're going to give some more scoring updates throughout the college football Saturday day.
These are games that are completed now. West Virginia won 38-22 against Kansas. Alabama won 65-31 against Arkansas. Michigan won 42-21 against Maryland.
Upset alert, Northwestern beat Michigan State 29-19. Set to go here. Schroeder's kick is going to sail into the end zone. And the Norsemen are going to get just a start at their own 25-yard line. 3:07 remaining in the first quarter. And the Norsemen are just trying to tie this game back up now. Diamond bringing his offense back on the field. We got 2 receivers to the left, two to the right for him. In the back from with them is number 25, Williams. The corners are kind of pressed off softly for the Buccaneers. This ball was intended for number 84, Northeastern, number 80, England Honeybus. Honeybus kind of fell before the pass even get to him, but Diamond's pass was nowhere close to him anyway. So kind of a miscommunication on the route. So they're going to make up a 2nd down and 10 now for Oklahoma A&M. Oklahoma A&M is going to hand his ball off, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. About 2 yards on that run. Number 40. Number 44. The Buccaneers, Devin Ruffin was in there to get that tackle for a loss to make up a 3rd down and 12 now for the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers trying to stand their ground and force a 3-and-out. Diamond looking to pass, has an intended receiver, and this ball's going to be caught. He might have enough for the 1st down, all depending on the spot. And he did have enough for the 13-yard reception, so it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 now for Oklahoma A&M. The ball's going to be spotted at their own 36-yard line. Low snap for Diamond, able to get the pass off, finally connects to his wide receiver, but hit immediately once he was caught, but was able to pick up about 5 yards on that reception. So bring up a 2nd down and 5 now for Northeastern. Northeastern going with the no-huddle set. Low snap for Diamond once again. Just going to hit to his wide receiver on the design screenplay. And his wide receiver is able to pick up about a modest game, about maybe 4 yards. Going to say he's a yard short of the 1st down. Needed 5 to get to it. So to bring up a 3rd down and 1 now for the Norsemen.
So far, we've seen both teams rely heavily on the passing game.
Yes, sir. A lot heavily, and that's what it looks like. They're going to get them throughout this contest so far. So the Norsemen kind of saw the late blitz coming from the right side for Blinn. They're going to continue to bring the blitz, and this run's going to be handed to number 25 once again, Williams. And he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. He's going to sink out back to the line of scrimmage, leading that charge for the Buccaneers with number 41 for him, that being Zachary Hopkins. And Norseman's going to keep their offense out on the field once again. So looking about a 4th and 1 now for 55 seconds remaining. We're looking to pass. The ball's going to be off the hands of the intended receiver, number 6, Christopher Potts. Number 25 for the Buccaneers.
29.
We'll say 29, I should say. Mike Garrett Jr. came in there to break it up. Luckily, he came in there a second early because it just came off of the hands of Potts. But even number 29, Garrett Jr. was able to break that pass play up and force the turnover on down. So to make up a 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers. 49.8 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 14-7. Boyd coming now in the shotgun formation. You have no one in the backfield with him. You got 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Boyd stepping back in the pass. Now he's going to step up. Has some time to throw. Now he's going to hit the outside. Has a lot of time. He's going to keep it on his feet. Has some room now. He's now at the Norsemen, I want to say the 22 or 23-yard line. They picked up about 42 yards on that run was Boyd. So Boyd able to pick up the necessary yardage for the 1st down with his legs. We got 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers did a hard count, got the Norsemen to jump off sides, but they were able to get back to their side of the ball. So 12 seconds now remaining. Boyd now is going to hand it off to Carlos Grayson. Carlos Grayson going to be wrapped up. Maybe lucky if he picked up a yard on that run. That's going to be the last play of the 1st quarter. So at the end of 1, the Buccaneers are leading by a score of 14-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Hey, you get the beer this time. Can I help you?
Hey, I'm under 21. Can I have a $250 fine?
Sure.
I'm underage too. Can I get 24 hours of community service?
Of course. I'm only 19. Can I have my driver's license suspended? Why not? And get my alcoholic beverage license suspended too? When minors attempt to buy alcohol, it's illegal, it's costly, and it's dangerous. It's not worth it.
One voice. It can get the point across, but it only carries so far. Add a voice. It's richer, louder, but that has limits too. Add a third voice. It's even more powerful. Add another, and many, many more. And we are stronger than ever. That's the power of a community coalition. They help community groups, faith groups, civic organizations, PTAs, employers, and many others in your community organize their resources and focus them where they're needed most, like fighting.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They're ready to get this contest back into action. 2nd and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage. We were able to get to his intended receiver. It was Boyd trying to hit Carlos Grace, and Carlos Grace was able to pick up maybe 4 yards on that reception, all depending on the spot. We'll say he picked up 5. Long 5. So they're going to say picked up 4. So we're looking about a 2nd and 6 now for the Buccaneers. They are in the Norseman territory, standing at about the 19-yard line. Boyd just rolling to his left. Boyd trying to find his intended position, and finally connects on. He has enough for the first down. Helmet comes off, but was able to stay with the play that he picked up. He's a spot as of the last spot. It's like 13 yards on that reception. And that was number 13, Danny Gray, on the receiving end to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
That was a nice throw. He was running from his right to left and threw with his right arm coming across his body. That was nice.
So 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's going to head off to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace is going to hit the outside. Carlos Grace, it's going to be in for the 7-yard touchdown run. So 13 minutes and 53 seconds into the second quarter. The Buccaneers add on to their lead, now 20-7 over the Norsemen. With the point after attempt from 49, Alex Schroeder, to make this contest 21-7. A nice design run by Carlos Grace. Hit the right side, was nowhere to run, but kind of just cut it back to the left, and there was a huge hole and no one there to stop him, and he's able to capitalize on the 7-yard touchdown run. So 13:53 remaining in the second quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 21. So we're not going to take a break. We're going to stay right here so we can get some more scoring updates throughout the college era. That you remind you that 13 Kentucky and Texas A&M kick off in College Station at 6 p.m. And Baylor and Kansas State play each other today. And TCU and Texas Tech play Thursday, kicking off at 6:30.
Clemson is still up 21-0 against Wake Forest. LSU and Florida are still tied 7-7. Iowa State is up 16-14 against Oklahoma State. Florida State and Miami are tied 7-7. Arizona State is up tied 7-7 against Colorado. Ohio State is now up 7-3 against Indiana in the first quarter with 50 seconds remaining.
There's some of the scores throughout, and we'll try to give you some matchups later on after this kickoff. A high, short kick, and this one's just going to go out of bounds at about 35 in the officials penalty marker came in flying and hit a Buccaneers coach on the head, tried to hit it where the spot was. Wasn't intentional, but official just passes. The assistant coach on the back. He's sorry for that last play, and got some more matchups throughout the college era.
Vanderbilt and Georgia play at 6:30 p.m. and Auburn and Mississippi State play at 6:30 as well.
So you had to go back here and do some more later after this play. Diamond brings his offense back on the field. And this is going to be another design run going to Williams, but Williams is going to be tackled for a loss of about a yard on that last play. So they'll bring up a second down and 11 now for the Norsemen. The Buccaneers on top by a score of 21-7 over Oklahoma A&M Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Diamond has a low snap, able to maintain it. This was intended for his receiver, number 83. That was being Tarquee Bixson. And just Diamond just overthrew everybody. Going to make him a third down and 11 now for the Buccaneers. For the Norsemen. The Buccaneers just trying to get another 3 and out and bring their offense back on the field. The Norsemen are standing at their own 34-yard line. Diamond, this pass is going to be intended for number 83, Benson, once again, but well covered by the Buccaneers and broke it up to force a 4th and 11 now for the Norsemen. So it'll be 4th and 11 now for the Norsemen at their own 34-yard line.
So far, Blinn has a total of 207 yards, 5 first downs, and only allowed 1 sack. And Northeastern Oklahoma A&M has 63 yards and only 2 first downs. They've allowed 2 sacks and have 2 turnovers.
Just said to go here, there is a penalty marker on the design, the last play, but it was a nice kick by the punter. I want to say that was number 99 once again. And on here it says Tommy Heatherly, but I guess they want us to call him Tommy. Or say Thomas is his first name, but they want us to call him Tommy.
Very big kicker.
Luckily, it goes against Northeastern. It was a nice kick and kind of got bobbled out of the hands of number 12, Corey Smith, and had to kind of run backwards and was tackled at about, I want to say, his own 10-yard line. But luckily, it didn't go against him. So now, Oklahoma, Northeastern are going to do another punt and kick from their own, I want to say 29-yard line. There is another penalty marker right now on the field, and this was going to go against Northeastern once again as a false start, so it's going to push them back another 5 yards. So Northeastern's kind of biting themselves in the rear end right now. It's going to push them back 5 yards. So now they're going to be kicking from their own 29-yard line. 24-yard line. Couldn't do some quick math right there, and I do apologize for that. 13:02 remaining in the second quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 21-7 over Norsemen. So just so far, the Norsemen have 6 penalties for 40 yards, and this punt's going to go out and sail out of bounds, all depending on the spot of where the official marks it. Going to say it's sailed out of bounds at the Buccaneers, like 44-yard line. You kind of see that the teams are kind of fighting. Well, I don't want to say fighting. They're going at it at the end of the play, and luckily nobody's getting flagged for a personal foul so far. kind of letting the boys play, but you can see that the Blinn coaches are just trying to show their teams and coach them some discipline. Don't want to penalize your team here when you have a lead right now, 21-7. So Boyd brings his offense back on the field. Boyd hits a quick slant to his receiver, but nicely defended by the Norseman to break that play. If he could have caught that, it would have been about a 9-yard reception, but nicely defended by number 5 for the Golden Norseman. That would be Shelby Washington. To bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers, standing at their own 44-yard line. Boyd has some pressure applied. Tune ball to be passed out to number 24, McAdoo. McAdoo is going to be about 4 yards short. The Golden Norsemen, the Norsemen, I should say, are doing a nice job of applying pressure and making Boyd uncomfortable, but Boyd has that awareness and that mobility to move out of the pocket and able to connect with McAdoo on the 7-yard reception. So they bring up a 3rd down and 3 now for the Buccaneers. They have crossed midfield. The ball's technically going to be spotted at the Norseman 49-yard line. McAdoo hitting the outside corner, trying to get to that 1st down mark, and he will do so. So he picked up maybe 5 yards on that run. McAdoo just did his job and picked up the 1st down, followed his blockers. We're going to say he ran out of bounds, so the clock will stop at 12:14. Let's say the clock is rolling now, so the clock's going to be rolling with 10:09 remaining in the first half. The Buccaneers on top by a score of 21-7 over the Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. Boyd in his office ready to go. Boyd steps in front of the pocket, has an intended receiver, and Boyd just overthrows him. His intended receiver was number 8 on that play, O'Shea Clark, and the little man, Boyd, just displayed his arm strength and just overthrew everybody. If he could have connected on that, that would have been about a 44-yard touchdown pass. But luckily for the Norsemen, that was an incomplete pass. So to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Clock stopped at 11:53. Boyd and offense is ready to go back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He's also going to hand off to McAdoo once again, but McAdoo's going to be met immediately by number 5 once again. That was being Washington. Washington was coming from that safety end, just kind of went to that middle linebacker slot and just covered up before McAdoo can hit the outside corner. So to bring up a 3rd down. I'm going to say he didn't get no yards on that, so to bring up 3rd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers bring some quick substitution. Then you got 3 receivers to the left from Boyd. Boyd singles a man in motion. Boyd now stepping back in the pocket. He's rolling to his right, trying to find a receiver. Makes a nice move, but pressure being applied to him quickly. Now on his feet still, trying to find some room to run, but finally going to be brought down. Out of all of that, picking up maybe 4 or 5 yards on that run. Like I said, the Norsemen are doing a nice job of applying pressure to Boyd and making him uncomfortable. I'm not giving him time to sit in that pocket. The clock had stopped for a second at 11:05. So it's looking about a 4th and 6. And the head official has finally signaled to have the game clock rolling once again, 10:54. And Coach Ryan Mayhaw is going to bring his punt unit out on the field with the 4th and 6. At the Golden Norseman standing right about his own 5-yard line. Short punt, and he's going to maintain it. That was number 2, Javarius Owens. For a second, I didn't see a fair catch, so got lucky with that one because I didn't see the fair catch. I'm glad the officials were paying attention. Everybody, because I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, this happened against Arkansas. Young man supposedly signaled a fair catch.
And took off running.
And just took off running for a punt and returned the punt for a touchdown. Luckily, the Buccaneers had the awareness to stay with the play. So the Norsemen bring their offense back on the field, trailing by a score of 21-7. Diamond, his offense is ready to go. This ball's going to be handed off to Williams. Williams trying to bounce off of tackles and trying to find a hole to run, but finally there is going to be a late penalty marker coming in now. Like I did mention, the players do be kind of playing a little bit after the play has ended, and that was going to be penalized on the last play, number 21, Isaiah Moore. He's going to be penalized for the personal foul. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So now the Norsemen have better field position. They have this at their own 10-yard line. Now going to be moved up to about their own 24. 10:24 now remaining. Diamond and his offense is ready to go. Two receivers to the left of him, one to the right. Williams in the backfield with him in the shotgun formation. Low snap for Diamond. Diamond has enough time in the pocket to the pocket going to be brought down for a sack. Well covered by the Buccaneers. Didn't allow Diamond to pass it downfield. Diamond had enough protection to where if he could have just ran with it, but the outside line, defensive tackle, that being number 56, Adrian Johnson coming in for the sack. I want to say he got him for a loss of 12 yards, so to bring up a second down and 22 now for the Norsemen, and they're back to about their own 12-yard line. The Buccaneers kind of signaling a late blitz from that right side, and they're going to do so, but this ball's going to be intended, but there is going to be some more laundry coming out on the field. It's nicely covered by the Buccaneers, I thought so, but the officials here on the right side and right there in the middle didn't agree. The ball was intended for number 6 for the Norsemen, Christopher Potts. There is an injured Buccaneer out there on the field, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Green light. Hey, girl. School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Growin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Injured Buccaneers shaking up on the field was number 51. That was Michael Gaydon. He's able to walk off the field on his own power. So we have 9 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first half. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 21-7. It was a penalty marker of pass interference, so it would be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Norsemen, so they're going to get it at their own 27-yard line.
Number 5 ranked LSU is beating Florida, ranked 22, 10-7 in the second quarter. Oklahoma State is ranked number 25, and they are down 23-21 against Iowa State right now in the second quarter. Unranked Wake Forest is losing 21-0 against number 4 ranked Clemson in the second quarter.
All right, so just a few scores. We're trying to get some more updates throughout this contest. And get ready to be back here in the play. This ball's going to be handed off to Williams, and Williams is going to pick up about 4 yards. Let's say he picked up 4 yards on that run. So make a second down and 6 now for Oklahoma A&M. It's a bad snap, and this ball's going to be loose, and I'm pretty sure the Buccaneers have covered up, and this is going to go into the favor of the Blinn Buccaneers. A low snap, and Diamond couldn't come up with it, and coming up with it for the Buccaneers is number 43, Amaran Noel. So the Buccaneers are going to have it starting at the Norseman 26-yard line.
Davion Boyd, so far in this contest, is 8 of 14 with 188 passing yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Boyd has done a nice job of displaying his arm accuracy and what he can do. Has also done it on the ground with his feet. So Boyd now in the shotgun formation steps back, has the intended receiver going to number 12. Could have been flagged for the personal foul. Ball kind of sailed a little bit too high, had his man beat. And that was number 12, the intended receiver, Corey Smith. Had the defender beat but couldn't come up with it. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's being spotted at the Norseman 26-yard line. Boyd in the shotgun formation. Boyd now's going to be a quarterback draw. He's going to keep himself. Boyd has enough. I'm going to say he's about a yard short of the first down. So he's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 now for the Buccaneers. They are in field goal range, but I'm pretty sure that Coach Ryan Mahon wants to keep his offense out on the field and keep the thing going. You kind of see that the Buccaneers have a turnover chain right now. Everybody just popping off ideas from the University of Miami. So Boyd is going to keep this, not hit the outside corner. Luckily, he got out of that, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down. For a second, he thought he had it running to the outside, but kind of slipped. So to make up a 4th down, Carlos Grace was indicating he wanted to keep his field goal unit off the field to keep the offense out on there. But Coach Ryan Mahon disagrees and wants to take his points where he can get it. So we're looking about at a 34-yard field goal from Schroeder. Schroeder's kick is up, and it is no good. So 7:31 remaining, and the Golden Norseman defense stands tall and doesn't give up any points with the great field position that the Buccaneers had to start off that drive. So the Norsemen are going to get this starting roughly about their own, let's say 19, pretty much the 20-yard line. We're going to say about the 20-yard line. That's where Diamond and his offense are going to come out now. They're trailing by a score of 21-7 over. Excuse me, they're trailing by a score of 21-7 to the Buccaneers. Diamond's in the shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers to the right. Williams in the backfield with them. His intended receiver is number 8 once again, and that was Hare. And Hare was able to pick up maybe, I want to say about 6 yards on that reception. And Diamond's offense is trying to go to a no-huddle offense once again. So after that 6-yard reception, we're looking about a 2nd and 4 now for the Norsemen. This ball's going to be handed off to Williams. Williams trying to hit the hole, but Williams is going to maybe pick up a yard after that hole collapsed very quickly. So we're looking about a 3rd, let's say, I'm not going to say 3rd and 2. So he picked up 2 yards in that run. So it'll be a 3rd and 2 now for Oklahoma A&M. The ball is going to be roughly spotted at their own 25-yard line. 3rd and 2 for Mr. Diamond and his offense. Ball's going to be handed off to Williams once again. Williams trying to fight for the first down. Mr. Williams might have enough for it. All depends on the spot. It's like the official from the head is saying he was down. It's like the ball came loose. But Mr. Williams was able to pick up 3 yards and enough for the first down to keep the drive alive for the Norsemen. So 1st and 10 now for the Norsemen. They're standing at their own, let's say, 31-yard line. 6:25 remaining in the first half. You saw that the offensive lineman moved early. This is going to be a false start going against Norsemen, and that's going to push them back 5 yards. So it's going to be a 1st and 15 now for Oklahoma A&M. 6:23 remaining in the first half. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 21. Brandon, Texas, there's about 90 degrees here. The Blinn Buccaneers did a design late blitz. There's some late penalty marks coming here on the play. Before the play even kind of developed. It looks like it's going to be a holding going against Oklahoma A&M. So we're going to push them back about 10 yards. So we really had about a first and 15. Now we're looking at about a first and 25 now for Norseman. You had decent field position. Now you're kind of being pushed back to about your own 25, even your own 50, so your own 14-yard line. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. The Golden Norsemen are just trying to not let this game slip away from them. So Diamond signals Williams in motion. Diamond stepping back, looking for an intended receiver. This ball's going to hit Williams on the motion man. Williams trying to find some room to run for a second. He thought the ball was loose for a second. Williams was able to maintain and protect the ball after picking up about, let's say he picked up almost about 6 yards in that reception. So looking about a second and 19 now for the Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond. He got 3 receivers to the right of him, 1 to the left. Diamond does the play action pass intended for number 83, and that was Benson. And Benson, they would get back to the line of scrimmage and then add on 3 more yards to that. So you'll say he picked up roughly about, say, almost 9 yards from that reception. So we're looking about a third and 7 now for the Golden Norsemen. That ball being spotted at their own 34-yard line. Diamond stepping back in the pocket. This ball's going to be hit. The ball is tipped up and almost back into the hands of number 83. That wasn't the intended receiver, Benson. He tried to connect. Diamond tried to connect to tight end number 88. Burris, and luckily, if you're a Blinn Buccaneers fan, it didn't get into the hands of Benson, but luckily there was a defender there still playing through the play to cause the commotion and not get a completed pass and keep that drive alive for the Normans. It's a kind of a low kick, but takes a Norseman bounce, and this one's going to be spotted at about the 20-yard line, so that's where the Buccaneers will get this to start this drive. So we'll take a quick break and be right back after this. Get those scores in very soon. One. What's up? The Heat. As said to go back in, the previous play, kind of wish that commercial break didn't, but it can kind of prepare for a little bit of a timeout, a little bit of a longer timeout. It is kind of high, and you thought that it's just kind of hybrid that last play, but the Buccaneers and the Norsemen were ready to go on that last play. Boy was able to connect with number 12, and that was Smith on the 22-yard reception. So now we're looking about a second and 10 now for the Buccaneers, and this play is going to be going in the negative yardage as Boyd's going to be sacked for about a loss of 7 yards from that play. So they're bring up a third and 17 now for the Buccaneers. So the first play went for 22 yards, and then the play before that was a running back sweep but couldn't connect to Carlos Grace. And then that last play was Boyd was sacked for a 7-yard loss. So Boyd now going to keep himself. Now it's going to be ran up in front of the pocket. Think about 30 17. Boyd just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he does so. And he gets the original line of scrimmage and tacks on about 4 more yards and still pick up about 12 yards in that run. They picked up 11 yards. We're looking about a 4-6 for the Buccaneers, and Coach Ryan Mahon is going to bring out his punt unit out on the field. Back deep to receive the punt for the Norsemen. It'll be number 2, Owen, standing about his own 15-yard line. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 21-7 over the Golden Norsemen. 93 to punt for the Buccaneers will be Pasa. And Pasa gets a nice punt. And then he'll take a nice Buccaneer roll, and the Golden Norsemen are going to get this starting at their own, say, 14-yard line.
Now up 28-0 against Wake Forest. At halftime for both of these games, Florida is up against LSU 14-10, and Iowa State is up 30-21. Florida State is up 10-7 with 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter against Miami. Arizona State and Colorado are still tied in the second quarter with 11 minutes remaining. Ohio State is up 14-10 in the second quarter against Indiana.
Well, just some quick scoring updates, and now we're ready to jump back into play. 2:35 remaining in the first half. The Golden Norsemen bring the offense back on the field. The ball's going to be complete for the wide receiver, and the wide receiver able to show some strength and keep the play alive. Originally picked up about 5 yards, but able to tack on 2 more yards. We'll say 3 more yards. We're going to say about 4 more yards now. So a bit of a second down and 1 now on the 9-yard reception from Diamond to big tight end Burris. So second down and 1 now for Diamond. Diamond has enough time to throw in the pocket with 10 receiver, and that's going to be completed to number 83. See, that's number 81 for him. They don't have a number 81, so it is number 83. So Benson did a nice job of going up to go get that pass. It'll be a 1st and 10 now for the Norsemen with a play-action pass. And Benson's going to get this one designed wide receiver screen. That last play went up about 18 yards for a reception. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 10 now for the Norsemen. You kind of see that the cloud kind of covered that sun now. 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Buccaneers lead by a score of 21-7 over the Golden Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Diamond has enough time. The ball is loose. The ball is loose. It's in the hands of a Buccaneer, and the Buccaneers going to be able to turn it into the end zone for a 48-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. That being number 5 for the Buccaneers. Jesus Shield, who came from the outside in the late blitz and sacking him, forcing the fumble, was number 56. Once again, Adrian Johnson. And just like that, the Blinn Buccaneers have added on to their lead 27-7 with a point after attempt. So Schroeder, you add on the extra point to make this game 28-7. Kick it up, and it's good. So 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining in the first half. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-7. We'll take a quick break and right back after this. Well, make sure you stay on top of those scores, and whatever Cam passes, you just say it. All right? I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Oh, yeah. Well, all right, here we go. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-7 over the Golden Norsemen. Right now, the Norsemen just not let the game slip away from them. Kind of had the edge of going into the contest, but beat them 2 times last year, and just trying to capitalize from last year and just move on this year. So it's set to go here. Throw to the kick from his own 35-yard line. Jordan has a nice short kick, and this one's going to sail and go out of bounds once again. And the Norsemen will get this starting at their own 30-yard line. 1 minute and 41 seconds to go in the first half. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-7 over the Golden Norsemen. It says I just try to tack on where the ball will be spotted at. Originally kind of had it at the 30, but it should thought it'd be at the 35. I see that cool breeze now came in there. It was sitting about 90 degrees here in Blinn, Texas. I went to a single cloud for a second. All of a sudden now, kind of got a little overcast now. A bright breeze, so cooled down here in Blinn, Texas. Kind of got a quick stoppage to play and got some some quick scoring updates, but the officials ready to go. Diamond and his offense ready to go back here. Shotgun formation. Got 2 shoots to the left, 2 to the right. This ball could have been picked off by number 3, Darius Milton, for the Buccaneers. Jumped that route, but couldn't come up with it. So I guess the tail that all DBs can't catch kind of just came to true just then. Mr. Singleton is passing me a note to say quarterback's name for. We'll say that Oklahoma's going to say Diamond. Diamond has been sacked 6 times and has fumbled 3 times. So Diamond's trying to see if he can get some more protection. Now late blitz come on the side. This ball's going to be intended to number 83. Benson once again. About 2 yards. That was Diamond kind of over. Well, it's a Diamond overthrew his wide receiver. Didn't have some miscommunication on that last place. Now we're looking about 3rd and 10 now for the Golden Norsemen. Ball's being spotted at the home 35-yard line. They're trailing by a score of 28-7 in this contest. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Diamond step back in the pocket now. Diamond does a quick out route. See his interior once again. That's the number 83, Benson. So last week, it wasn't Benson on those last 10. It was number 81, but we don't have an 81 on the roster. So the last play just then was targeted for Benson. It was number 83, and Benson was unable to come up with the catch. So that's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Norsemen. They're looking at 4th and 10, and the head coach, that being Zach Allen, is going to bring out his punting unit. 1 minute and 24 seconds to go in the first half. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-7 here in Brenham, Texas. High snap, but actually maintained nicely by Heatherly. Heatherly with a nice booming kick. And this ball's going to go. It's going to be a touchback. It was a nice kick from Heatherly. Sheriff kicked it from about his own 31-yard line and able to get it to a touchback. So the Buccaneers will get this starting at their own 25-yard line. 1 minute and 13 seconds to go in the first half. Buccaneers going to see if they can try and add on to the lead going into halftime. Boyd bringing his offense back on the field. We got 3 receivers to the right of him, 1 to the left. Grace is in the back with him now. Everybody's ready to go now. Boyd gets the snap. Boyd steps back in the pocket, has an intended receiver. This is going number 13, and that's Danny Gray. And this ball looks like it might be picked off. It might be picked off and going into the direction of the Norsemen, and it is. So one play, and the Norsemen get it on the turnover. Boyd had Gray on the kind of a go route, had his defender beat for about 3 yards, and kind of, underthrew him and gave the defender, and that was being number 24 for the Norsemen, Harris, and he comes up with the interceptions, and now the Norsemen have it with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the first half. Ball's going to be spotted about their own 40-yard line. So both teams, the Norsemen have 2 timeouts. The Buccaneers have 3 timeouts. This ball's going to be completed to the receiver. So that's number 81, number 21, I should say. I'm sorry. So now we have number 21, and that was Javion Sanders. J.J. Sanders able to pick up 20 yards on that one. So now the Golden Norsemen are on the Buccaneers side of the field. Diamond stepping back. Diamond's not going to step in the pocket. He has to room to run. Diamond just going to slide and be about, I want to say, maybe 3 yards short of the first down. The Norsemen are going to decide to take a timeout to stop the clock at 40 seconds. We'll take a quick timeout. I'll be right back after this.
All these other ones are kind of line drives. Yeah. Hey, college, yeah.
Kim, don't be like that dude. So you gonna freestyle for us? Yeah.
Oh my God! You just want to read something from your book?
Yeah. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're set to go here. The Norsemen are looking at about a 2nd and 4 now. Quarterback looking to pass. It's going to be complete to the receiver. And she's having enough for the first down. And then somebody finds just a smart decision to go out of bounds. Diamond did pass him a pressure applied to him quickly, but was able to get that pass off the intended receiver, number 1, and that was being London. Was able to pick up, I want to say, about 8 yards from that reception. It'll be a 1st and 10 now for the Norsemen. Diamond steps back to pass, and well defended by the Buccaneers to cause an incomplete. Stop the clock at 26 seconds. But a 2nd down and 10 now. Ball being spotted at the Buccaneers' 22-yard line.
One quick score update. Florida State scored a 17-yard touchdown and just went up 17-7.
Now we should go back here. Buccaneers almost jumped off sides. Luckily, get back. 4 got penalized for it. So first and 2nd and 10 now. Diamond stepping back. Diamond looking to pass. Has an interior receiver. This ball could have been picked off by number 1 for the Buccaneers. That was Kobe Peterson. But couldn't come up with it. Kind of went up with one hand instead of going up with 2. So they'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 now for the for the Norsemen. 18.8 seconds remaining in the first half. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 28-7 over the Norsemen. Diamond has some time to now roll to his right. Diamond has an interior receiver. This ball's going to be completed to number 3, and that was Jawan Johnson. Jawan Johnson's going to be in from the 22-yard touchdown reception. So the Norsemen have kind of climbed back into this contest. I do want to make sure they do get the ball to start the second half. 11 seconds remaining in the first half. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 28-13 with the point at the attempt from Heatherly to try to make this game a 2-possession game. The kick is up, and it's no good, so Heatherly misses the point at the attempt. But there is a penalty marker on the field. This was going to go against the Buccaneers, so we're going to push them. They're going to do another re-kick. And you kind of see that the head coach, Allen's frustrated with Heatherly missing that one. Tell him, you got to redeem yourself now, son. The Heatherly to kick the extra point once again. 11 seconds remaining. Buccaneers are leading by a score, 28-13. Heatherly to kick now. Waits to snap. The hold is up, and it's good. So with 11 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Buccaneers leading by a score of 28-14. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
Green light. Hey, girl. School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14. Have roughly about 11 seconds remaining here in the contest. See what Coach Ryan Mahan decides to do here. You do have 3 timeouts, so I don't know what you can do too much in 11 seconds, but
anything's possible.
Anything is possible. See if they can get a good return out of their backman here, and that was be number 8, O'Shea Clark, and number 13, and that's Danny Gray. Standing at about their own 10-yard line. Kind of waiting on the officials now. They finally get the ball they want to use to kick off with. Let to go here now. Heatherly finally now getting the ball lined up. We'll see what. Now the officials signal them to go now. 11 seconds here. See what the Buccaneers can pull up together in 11 seconds. Heatherly to kick from his own 35-yard line. Heatherly gets a nice kick, and this kick is going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. And that's where the Buccaneers will get it. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 11 seconds remaining. see what Coach Mahan decides to do. Decides to just take it in and go into halftime with the lead. Yep, 28-14. Kind of a revenge game, we'll just say. Last year, Northeastern Oklahoma defeated the Blinn Buccaneers once during the regular season, and the other one during the postseason. The Buccaneers just kind of taking their time now. Boyd and his offense look like they're about ready to go now. You got two receivers to the left, two to the right of Boyd. Grayson's in the backfield with them. Boyd looking to pass. Boyd's not going to step, being rushed out of the pocket, and Boyd's just going to throw this away. And Bryce's going to throw this to number 13, and that is Gray. But Gray is going to be had enough for the first down. Because he picked up 11 yards in that run. But that will conclude the first half of play. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14. We'll take a quick break. And we're not going to take a quick break right now. I'm trying to see what's going on right now. They thought Gray got out of bounds and stopped the clock. But they just let it run out. So we'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Hi. Hello, Hal. Well, AISI. It was NBD. Kids are spending more and more time online. And even if you heard what they're typing, you probably wouldn't know what they're saying. Some PPL. Whatever. ISS. They chat online in a language full of acronyms. And unless you use it every day, you won't understand it. YIWGP. You won't know what they're saying or who they're saying it to. A lot of times, neither do they. Every day, children are sexually solicited online. So here's an acronym for you. HDOP. Help delete online predators. To protect your kids' online life and to get a full list of acronyms kids are using, call 1-800-THE-LOST or visit cybertipline.com. A message from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and the Ad Council.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent.
A spouse.
Doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey law, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a nice press conference from Coach Mahan himself. We are here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14 over the Oklahoma Northeastern A&M Golden Norsemen. We're still at halftime right now. We got about roughly 8 minutes until we go back into the second half. So we'll take a break and be right back after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. We'll give you some quick stats from the first half real quick.
Blinn had a total of 290 yards, and Oklahoma had a total of 138 yards. And the Blinn Buccaneers are up 28-14.
Like I said, the Blinn Buccaneers have pretty much had their way in this game, controlling it from kickoff. They are up, like Mr. Boucher said, 28-14. The Golden Norsemen are going to get this one to start off the second half. Turnman is going to receive this, staying by his own 2-yard line. He has a nice speed. Finally going to be tripped up. Couldn't maintain his balance. Going to be stopped at about his own 32-yard line, but there is a penalty marker out on the play. It was number 16, Darius Hawkins, on that. He was moving on that last play. Luckily, he got tripped up. The penalty marker going against the Norsemen. That was a holding, so I was going to push him back 10 yards. So instead of 32, unless you do it to spot the foul, it all depends. He's going to push him back. He's going to push him back 10 yards. So instead of originally it was 27, he's going to get it at the 17. And that's where the Golden Norsemen will start this drive. First drive of the second half, trailing 28-14 to the Blinn Buccaneers. Diamond bringing his offense back on the field now. And there's going to be another penalty marker. It's going to be a false start going against the Golden Norsemen, and that's going to push him back 5 yards. And as you see, Mr. Boucher, you can say that the Norsemen kind of had a mental breakdown already so far, just coming back from halftime. So far, you already had two quick penalties already so far just to start off the opening half. So Diamond and his offense is ready to go. First and 15 now. Ball's going to be handed off to number 25, to back Williams. And Williams is going to maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage. I'm going to say he picked up about 5 yards on that run. So we're looking at a 2nd and 10 now for the Golden Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Diamond stepping back. Now steps in front of the pocket. Has a man downfield. This ball's going to be intended for him. This ball's going to be caught by number 83. And that being Syracuse Pittman. And Pittman was able to get the big completion for almost about 43 yards on that reception. So the Golden Norsemen have opened up the door right now on this drive, but it is closed. It's getting closed immediately right after this run play. Mr. Webb was going to be tackled for a loss. About 4 yards on that play. So after that 43-yard gain, the Golden Norsemen get a loss of 4 yards. So now looking at a 2nd and 14 now. They're at the Buccaneers. I want to say the 38-yard line. 13 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Diamond stepping up into the pocket now. Diamond looking to pass. Has an intended receiver, but well covered by the corner back there. And that was number 29, that being Mike Garrett Jr. Mike Garrett Jr. has done a nice job of locking up the intended receivers thrown to his side. Garrett Jr. being the sophomore D-back standing at 6'1" and 175 pounds from Magnolia, Texas.
Right down the road.
Right down the road from Waller, Texas, Prairie View, Texas. So I'm pretty sure he's familiar with this state of mind playing against the Brenham Cubs here, once being a lad in high school. But there is a penalty marker here on that last play. It was a design screenplay, but there was nobody there. But like I said, there is a penalty marker. So we're looking at about a 3rd and 13. The officials are discussing the penalty marker on the play, and they're just going to wave it off. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 now for.
Lyman has looked to the sideline or the screen on almost all of his passes, so I wouldn't be surprised if he went to the sideline again here.
3rd and 13 now. I was going to say 4th and 14 now for the Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Ball's being spotted at the Buccaneer 38-yard line. Diamond steps in front of the pocket. The ball's going to be intended and it's going to be overthrown. His target, that man, number 8, Macarene Hare. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers. The ball going to be spotted at their own 38-yard line. 13 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14 over their nemesis, the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. So Boyd brings his offense back on the field. Boyd looking to pass. Now steps on the pocket, but had to kind of escape from a second. Now plants his feet, has the intended receiver, and he's going to be draped all over. How's there not a penalty marker on the play? Kind of got held by his collar, and the official standing right there in front of him, but I guess he thought it was a no call. And you see that number 12 for the Buccaneer, Corey Smith, not getting upset with that. Just did a nice job of sportsmanship, just congratulating the man on a nicely defended play. So we're looking at about a 2nd and 10 now. This ball coming head off to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace trying to hit the outside corner, trying to follow his hole. We got some late motion going on at the end of a play. He said this player is just fighting to the end of the play. So Carlos Grace was able to pick up about 5 yards on that run. So I'm looking about 3rd and 5 now for the Buccaneers. Shotgun formation for Boyd. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grace is in the backfield with them. Takes the handoff. Boyd's going to keep it up. Boyd has enough for the first down. Boyd is probably going to be past midfield and to about the 41-yard line for the Buccaneers. Yes, to the 41-yard line of the Norsemen. So he up about 9 yards on that run. So Boyd is off his ready to go. Another quarterback draw. Boyd's going to keep. That's going to hit the outside, trying to avoid some tackles, but finally thrown out of bounds after picking up 2 yards on that run. They're going to be tackled out of bounds, so the clock's going to stop at 12 minutes and 10 seconds. And you see, Mr. Bowdy, that Boyd is kind of doing it all right now, this drive with his hands. With his feet, picking up the necessary yardage to pick up the first down.
What is that, the 3rd time he's ran just this drive?
Just this drive, picking up big chunks. So Boyd looking to pass, has the intended receiver, and that was going number 13, Daniel Gray, but out of his hands, couldn't connect on the slant route. So now we're looking at about a 3rd and 8 now for the Buccaneers. See if we can get some scoring updates throughout the Texas State and the top 25 here. And here we go. The Buccaneers leading 28-14 in this contest. 3rd and 8. Boyd looking to pass. Now steps from the pocket. Now just going to throw this to number 12, the intended receiver. That was Ben Danny. Is Corey Smith. Kind of miss a number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall over there on the right side. There was no one by him, but Boyd had some pressure applied to him quickly to where he was uncomfortable to make a decent throw. So now we're looking at about a 4th and 8 for the Buccaneers, and Coach Ryan Mahon is going to bring his punt unit out on the field with 11 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mahon receives the punt. Nice punt. He's going to get this standing at his own 5. Has some room and finally tripped up. He has being number 2 on the return, Owens. And Owens got this at about his 5-yard line, was able to get it and return to about his 12-yard line. So we're trying to get some scoring updates from Mr. Bowdry.
Clemson has scored again and made the score 35-3 against Wake Forest. Florida is up 14-13 against ranked number 5 LSU. Oklahoma State is down 37-28 against Iowa State. Unranked Florida State is up 27-7 against ranked number 17 Miami. Arizona State and Colorado has been a close game this whole time. They are tied at 21 in the third quarter right now. And at halftime, Ohio State is up 28-20 against Indiana.
I want to appreciate you for those scoring updates. We got a quick timeout on the field, so we'll take a quick timeout and be right back after this.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Is Megan there?
Sure. Follow me. The kids are in the kitchen making sandwiches.
Hey, Julie. Hi, Megan. Hey, Megan.
Yeah?
You're a total freak. God, you're ugly. And dumb. Oh, and your makeup makes you look like a tramp. Tommy Morris told me you guys made out.
Oh, my God.
Everybody knows. The whole school knows. He said your breath smelled like garbage. And that dress is totally hideous. You look like a big fat clown. Disgusting. Oh, and by the way, nice zit.
If you wouldn't say it in person, why say it online? Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we ready to set the second drive for the Golden Norsemen. Diamond gets a pass and completes it to Hare once again and picks up 11 yards on that reception. So the Golden Norsemen going back to no-huddle offense, trying to keep the thing going, trying to cut down on the Buccaneers' lead. So this ball's going to be completed to number 6 now for the Norsemen, that being Mr. Potts. Christopher Potts on the receiving end on that one. Potts was able to pick up about 6 yards. So we're looking at a 2nd and 4 now for Oklahoma A&M. 10 minutes and 55 seconds to go, and the Buccaneers are leading by a score 28-14. The Norsemen just trying to cut down on that lead. This ball's going to be handed off to Washington. Washington bounces off the tackle, trying to fill his feet, stepping on the defenders. The final going to be brought down by number 9 for the Buccaneers. Leading that charge was Josh Reed. Josh Reed sticking with the play and be able to tackle Mr. Williams for a loss. Actually about 5 yards. So we were looking at about a 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard reception from Mr. Potts. But now we're looking at a 3rd, even a 9 now for the Norsemen. The ball's being spotted at the old 33-yard line. Diamond and his offense is ready to go now. 3rd and 9 now for Mr. Diamond. Diamond has an intended receiver, and this ball was overthrown but way out of bounds. Again, on the coverage is number 29, Mike Garrett Jr. And Mike Garrett Jr. has done a nice job of clamping up on his side of the field. This side, his duties was on the left side. So now Mr. Allen, the head coach of the Norsemen, is going to bring out his punting unit and just punt this ball away. Looking at a 4th and 9 now. Back deep for the Buccaneers will be number 8. O'Shea Clark at number 12. Number 12, Corey Smith. There is a penalty marker out on the play. Let's see who this is. Let's see, a false start going against the Norsemen. That's going to push them back 5 yards. So instead of a 4th and 9, we're looking at a 4th and 14 now. And we play 4th down. 10:02 remaining here in the contest. So far, it's been a nicely played contest in this game. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Bowdry?
Yes, I would agree.
This ball's going to be a nice punt by Heatherly. It's going to take a high bounce, but the Blinn Buccaneers is going to let this one bounce. And finally, a Norseman is there to maintain the punt. And it's going to be officially spotted at the Buccaneers 31. So that's where they get this to start. I want to say their second drive of the game. Second drive of the second half, I should say. 9 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 28-14 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. Boyd and his offense is ready to go with the lead. You got 3 receivers held to his left. You got 1 to the right. Carlos Grace in the backfield. His intended receiver is number 12, Corey Smith. He was able to catch it. Kind of slid here on the track, and the trainers immediately ran over here to make sure he was okay. But he was able to catch it, but was not in bounds. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers going back with pretty much the same formation, just some quick substitution now. Boyd tried to get a quick hard snap to try and see if he could draw a Norseman offside. So now he looks over to Coach Mahan to see what offensive plays he wants now. So now he gets his signal for Mahan and in the shotgun formation and ready to go receive the snap. Now looks for the pump fakes it, but he dodges a second. Finally managed to get out of it. Now he's going to throw off his back, but has it to his receiver number 1, Wheatfall. And what an outstanding play by Boyd to dodge the sack in the backfield and escape from trouble.
This isn't the first time we've seen him do it this game.
Not at all, and he's done a nice job
of breaking these tackles and getting the pass off.
But that play will go off for nothing. There's a penalty marker going against the Buccaneers, so I'm pretty sure Boyd is frustrated at that point because you're looking at about almost a 29-yard reception from Boyd to Wheatfall, but now we're looking at about a 2nd and 20 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's now going to be spotted at their own 21-yard line now. 9:20 remaining here in the third quarter. There's no one in the backfield with Boyd. Boyd now receives it. Now has enough time to throw. The 10 receivers going to number 1, Wheatfall, and he connects with the Wheatfall. He has enough past the first down marker. And he's able to pick up 36 yards on that reception. So Boyd and Wheatfall connect once again on the reception. So that'll be a first down now for the Buccaneers. The pass midfield are in the Norseman territory. Ball's going to be spotted at the Norseman 44-yard line. Ball's going to be handed off to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace has to move the run. Carlos Grace is going to be in for the touchdown. 5 and finally dives in. Carlos Grace connecting on the 44-yard touchdown run. And just like that, the Buccaneers have added on to their lead. Kind of describe that last play after Carlos Grace broke about 2 or 3 tackles.
Right up the middle.
Just ran right up the middle, and there was no one going to catch him. So to kick the point out, it's going to be number 22, Emerson Garcia, to kick the point out the attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. So 8:48 remaining here in the third quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers have added on to the lead by a score of 35-14. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent.
A spouse.
Doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey law, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you kind of see that Mr. Bowser is kind of showing me that the last play that Wheatfall received the pass, he kind of got away. He said just a little showboat. Luckily, he didn't get flagged on that play. That was the play before that Mr. Carlos Grace scored on the touchdown. Capitalized on a 44-yard touchdown run from Carlos Grace. So now the Buccaneers are looking at a 35-14 lead over the the Oklahoma A&M Norsemen. The Norsemen were able to come out victorious last week over Navarro by a score of 10-9. And the Buccaneers lost last week by a score of 42-21 to Trinity Valley Community College. So the Buccaneers have done a nice job of just trying to turn things around here in this contest. So now the number 16 for the Norsemen, Hawkins received it at a 5 and tried to make a decent return, but they only managed to get to about his own 18-yard line.
A nice open field tackle by number 10.
So number 10 for the Buccaneers was Davion Banks on the tackle. So the Golden Norsemen will get this drive with the ball starting at their own, I want to say, 18-yard line. You got 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So you can get some quick stats so far throughout the third quarter and total stats. Trying to keep people updated with what's going on here in today's game. As we're in Zoom play right here, this ball's going to be handed off to Williams, and Williams is going to pick up, I want to say, roughly about 3 or 4 yards on that play. It all depends on the spot. Let's say he picked up 3 yards, so we're looking about a 2nd and 7 now for the Buccaneers. Diamond and his offense kind of going to know how to say it, but they're looking like they're ready to go right now. The design screenplay is going to go to number 83, and that's Benson. And Benson able to pick up the first down, able to pick up 9 yards on that reception. So the Golden Norsemen were able to pick up the first down. So now looking at the 1st and 10 now, ball's being spotted at their own 31-yard line. Diamond in the pistol formation. Ball's faces receiver number 3, and that's Jawan Johnson. Jawan Johnson was able to pick up about 6. Now they're moving 7. Well, they picked up 7 yards from that reception. About 2nd and 3 now for Oklahoma A&M. Oklahoma A&M got some quick substitution in now. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Diamond gets a high snap. His hand is off to his running back, number 24, and that was number 24. Number 25, Williams. And Williams is going to be brought down about a yard short of the first down, but there's a penalty mark, and it's going to be a holding going against the Norseman. Correction, that was number 34, Carl Garman on the run that last play, but it went up for nothing because it was a holding for a loss of 10 yards. So we're going to look at about a 2nd and 13 now for the Golden Norsemen. Ball is now being spotted right back at their own 28-yard line. 2nd and 13 for Oklahoma A&M. You're trailing by a score of 35-14 against the Blinn Buccaneers here in Brenham, Texas. Shotgun formation for Diamond, the quarterback for the Norsemen. He has 3 receivers to the left. Now he signal number 34, Garmin in motion. Diamond rushed out of the pocket, now trying to find open receiver. Diamond still trying to find someone and just goes to the safety valve, number 34, Goldman. Goldman makes a nice move and finally going to be brought down, getting about, I want to say, 7 yards in that run. All depending on the spot on where they put him at. Kind of described that last play that Mr. Diamond did a nice job of escaping the pressure and avoiding the sack. So 3rd and 6 now for the Norsemen, and the Norsemen kind of looking to the sideline trying to see what play they want to run this 3rd and 6 now. 6:06 remaining here in the third quarter. Diamond is offense ready to go now. Diamond receives snap now. Steps in front of the pocket. Has an intended receiver. Has a receiver B. And this ball's going to be picked off by the Blinn Buccaneers. Cornerback number 42. That being Darian Holmes. Darian Holmes did a nice job of sticking with the play. The outside receiver kind of had a half a yard step on him, but the ball was kind of underthrown if Mr. Holmes was able to turn his head around and just pick off the pass. So now the Buccaneers are going to get it starting at their own, at the 21-yard line.
Oklahoma has only managed to get 5 first downs this game.
A nice inside stat. So the Blinn Buccaneers have done a nice job to only allowing only 5 first downs. So Boyd and his offense is ready to go right now. 5:55 here in the third quarter. This ball's going to head off to McAdoo. McAdoo going to be kind of tripped up for a second, but able to manage to stay on his feet. He will have the forward progress after being pushed backwards for a little bit. So you can say he picked up about a minus gain of about 5 yards. So looking at a 2nd down and 5 now for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers kind of going to no-huddle set. Now you got a shotgun formation for Boyd. You got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Boyd has McAdoo in the backfield. This ball's going to head off to McAdoo. McAdoo just makes a cut up the field. Now the design was for him to go outside, but it just makes a cut up the middle and is able enough to pick up the first down. And then so he picked up 9 yards on that run. So McAdoo able to move the chains for the Buccaneers. So 1st and 10 now for the Bucs now. Ball's being spot at their own 36-yard line. 5:10 remaining here in the third quarter. The officials now getting the ball set and it looks like they're ready to go here now. Boyd in the shotgun formation. You got 3 receivers sitting to the right, 1 to the left. Boyd received the pass. Beam applies on the pressure now, escapes the pocket. Just going to keep it on his feet now. If I'm going to be ran out of bounds in that angle, Boyd was able to pick up about 4 yards on that run. So Tavion Boyd was able to escape some pressure. The Norsemen are doing a nice job of getting in that backfield and making Boyd uncomfortable and just letting him have any time he wants to. So Boyd has had to do a lot of running with his feet, pick up some modern gains for his team. So this ball's going to be handed off to McAdoo once again. McAdoo just going to hit the outside corner, and McAdoo might have enough for the first down. All depends on where they want to mark it at. So he's going to have enough for the first down. So they're going to say at first he picked up 5, but they added on 2 more yards. So you say he picked up 7 yards on that run. So 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Ball being spotted at their own 48-yard line. 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter. Buccaneers leading by a score of 35-14. Boyd receives the snap. Boyd's going to step in front of the pocket now. Boyd not just going to run with his feet. There's nobody in front of Boyd. Boyd's not at the Norseman 10-yard line. Boyd is finally going to be brought down at the Norseman 9-yard line after picking up. I want to say he picked up 44 yards on that run. So Boyd doing a nice job of just taking matters in his own hands and picking up the nice chunks of yardage of 44 yards. So now they have it at the Norseman 8-yard line. Boyd and his offense is ready to go now. Boyd signals a man in motion. The ball's going to be intended for number 12, Corey Smith, but it was a low throw. And I'm pretty sure Boyd didn't want to throw it to him, not the man he was wanting to go to, but he was open. But it was just a low throw. So now we're going to look about a 2nd and goal with 8 to go. And the Buccaneers are just trying to add on to their lead. The lead right now is sitting at 35-14. The clock stopped at 3:14 here in the third quarter. Boyd's just going to keep it on the quarterback draw. And Boyd might be in for the touchdown. The ball is loose. And an offensive guard seems to fall on it for the Buccaneers. Are waiting on a signal. So one signal is coming from the fish. Boyd is shaking up here on the play. So if it stands, the Buccaneers kind of get the touchdown on a fumble recovery. So I guess the lucky man, number 72, Joe Oliver,
his first touchdown.
Yeah, first touchdown of the season, so he's pumped up for that. Boyd seems to still be on the field, so we're going to take a break for injury timeout and be right back after this.
Hey, you get the beer this time. Can I help you?
Hey, I'm under 21. Can I have a $250 fine?
Sure.
I'm underage too. Can I get 24 hours of community service?
Of course. I'm only 19. Can I have my driver's license suspended? Why not? And get my alcoholic beverage license suspended too? When minors attempt to buy alcohol, it's illegal, it's costly, and it's dangerous. It's not worth it.
One voice. It can get the point across, but it only carries so far. Add a voice. It's richer, louder, but that has limits too. Add a third voice. It's even more powerful. Add another, and another, and many, many more. And we are stronger than ever. That's the power of a community coalition. They help community groups, faith groups, civic organizations, PTAs, employers, and many others in your community organize their resources and focus them where they're needed most, like fighting to keep kids away from drugs. Ask a group that you belong to if they should belong to a community coalition. It's easy to get involved. Visit helpyourcommunity.org and they'll tell you exactly how your group can help. That's helpyourcommunity.org, because you get more when we get together. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Boyd was able to get off the field pretty much in his own power. I'm pretty sure he's dealing with an ankle injury, so we're going to see if we can pay attention and see if Mr. Boyd possibly see a return back in this game. But pretty much, so we'll see what Coach Mahan decides to do with his starting quarterback. Right now, you're up 42-14 over the Norsemen, so we're going to see number 7, and that's number 7, right? Yeah, number 7, Brock Landis, who might see a little quarterback duties remainder of this game. So kind of an odd stat. Number 72, Joe Oliver is going to get credit for the 8-yard touchdown run. Joe Oliver is an offensive lineman, so don't see too many of those going to the favor of an offensive lineman, but you can take it however you want it. So the Buccaneers add on their lead now, 42-14 here in the third quarter.
Golden Norsemen had 220 yards with 4 turnovers.
So far, the Blinn Buccaneers have just controlled this ball game. So far, you say the stats one more time, my good friend.
Blinn Buccaneers have a total of 414 yards, and Oklahoma has 220 yards with 4 turnovers.
So the 4 turnovers so far, and I'm pretty sure that the Blinn Buccaneers have capitalized on at least 3 of them, except for one of them. So now there was a penalty marker going against the Golden Norsemen, a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. That's going to push him. It's going to be assessed on the kickoff return. So Mr. Garcia for the Buccaneers is going to be kicking from midfield instead of his own 35-yard line. 3:34 remaining here in the third quarter. The Buccaneers leading by a score of 42-14 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. So Garcia and his kickoff team is ready to go back deep to receive the kick. Will be number 16, Hawkins. And like number 41, Christopher Friday. And this kick is going to sail through the uprights and go for a touchback. Kind of see that Boyd is just kind of walking out the limp, walking out on his own power, but I'm pretty sure he won't be seeing too much of the field so far. I'm pretty much see that Landis can see Coach Mahan can trust Landis to take this game home. If by necessary, if Boyd needs to come back, maybe he will do so. So Diamond and his offense ready to go back here, trailing by a score of 42-14 to Blinn Buccaneers. The Buccaneers kind of getting some substitution and trying to get the defense set up now. Diamond looking to pass, has the intended receiver. This ball's going to be past number 8, and that was Hare. And Hare's going to be tackled for about a gain of maybe 4 yards. So we're looking at a 2nd and 6 now for the Norsemen. Ball's being spotted at the own 29-yard line. Shotgun formation for Diamond. You got trip receivers to the left, one to the right. Diamond looking to pass, and this ball once again could have been picked off by number 3, and that being Darius Milton. And Milton's going to be kicking himself tonight. Could have had about 2 interceptions. But luckily, it doesn't hurt the Norsemen. So we're looking at about a 3rd and 6 now. Clock stopped at 2:58. Ball's being spotted at their own 29-yard line. Shotgun formation for Diamond. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Williams in the backfield with them. Diamond step back in the pocket, has an intended receiver. He's going to have enough for the first down. Now was Hare picking up roughly about 10 yards of that reception. So now the Norsemen keep the drive alive. So 1st and 10 now for balls being spotted at their own 40-yard line. 2:34 remaining here. Diamond is also ready to go. The ball's being complete to Hare once again. And this reception to Hare is going to maybe go for about 2 or 3 yards. We're going to say for about 3 yards. So looking at a 2nd and 7 now for the Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond now. This ball's going to be tipped by the corner for the Buccaneers. That was number 21, Isaiah Moore. Isaiah Moore did a nice job of tipping that pass. It was intended for number 6 for the Norsemen. That was Potts. I was going to bring up a 3rd down. Say 7 now for the Norsemen. 2:07 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Diamond and his offense is ready to go now. Looking at a 3rd and 7. Got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Diamond's looking to pass. He's going to go to the safety valve, and that was number 25, Williams, but couldn't connect. Kind of threw it too high to where Williams can come up with it, but he would have been nowhere close to the first down marker. So we can get some quick scoring updates with the top 25.
Clemson is having their way with Wake Forest. They are up 56-3 in the 4th quarter with 10 minutes remaining. Florida is up 14-13 against LSU in the 4th quarter with 11 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Unranked Iowa State is beating Oklahoma State, ranked 25, 40-35 with 10 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. In the 3rd quarter of the Florida State and Miami game, Florida State is up 27-14. Arizona State and Colorado are still tied at 21 apiece in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. Ohio State is up 35-20 in the 3rd quarter against Indiana.
Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Bowdies, for those scoring updates. So now, as we did mention, Boyd will stay on the sideline for this drive for the Buccaneers. Now coming in the quarterback will be number 7, Brock Landis. He is coming in the quarterback with the lead. The lead right now is standing at 42-14 with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. So Landis is going to hand this off to number 22, Carlos Grace, who capitalized earlier on a 44-yard touchdown run. So Grace was able to pick up about 2 yards on that run. So looking at a 2nd down and 8 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's going to be spotted roughly about their own 18-yard line. Landon in his office ready to go. He signaled Gray in motion. Landon's looking to pass. Landon's moving to his right. Landon's going to keep it now. There's a nice pump fake, and Landon's just going to keep it himself now. Landon finally has 30, and Landon's going to just go out of bounds. Landon did a nice job of doing the pump fake. Faked out the defender to get him to jump up. And you kind of see that Carlos Grace is upset a little bit that he didn't give it to him because there was nobody there. Landis just took it and did it himself, but there is an injured Norseman on the field right now. I'll say Landis picked up roughly about, he was at his 18. Picked up 18 yards on that run was Landis, but there is an injured Norseman on the field right now. So we're going to take a quick break and right back after this.
Green light. Hey, girl. So, I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Shaking up on that play for the Norseman was number 78, Jalen Jackson, the redshirt sophomore defensive tackle from Powder Spring, Georgia. Staying about 6'2" and 258. A lot of man to carry to that next sideline. Right now, luckily, he's just walking off on his own power. So you're ready to go back and ask him. Lance is going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace trying to hit the outside corner, but couldn't really go anywhere. You see that number 78 here. That is Jalen Jackson. Like I said, Jalen Jackson is still over here on the Blinn Buccaneers sideline because he couldn't really make it over there to his own sideline. Kind of hurt going to that left leg. So Landon's getting ready to throw. This ball's going to be connected to number 13, Gray, and Gray's going to have enough for the first down. Picking up 14 yards from that reception was Landon on his first completion of the game. So first and 10 now for the Buccaneers. And they're just going to let this one go until the fourth quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters, the Buccaneers are leading by a score of 42-14. We'll take a quick break and be right back to give you the live coverage of the fourth quarter.
Hi. LOL. Well, AISI. It was NBD. Kids are spending more and more time online. And even if you heard what they're typing, you probably wouldn't know what they're saying. Some PPL. Whatever. ISS. They chat online in a language full of acronyms. And unless you use it every day, you won't understand it. YIWGP. You won't know what they're saying or who they're saying it to. A lot of times, neither do they. Every day, children are sexually solicited online. So here's an acronym for you. HDOP. Help delete online predators. To protect your kids' online life and to get a full list of acronyms kids are using, call 1-800-THE-LOST or visit cybertipline.com. A message from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and the Ad Council.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get the fourth quarter underway. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 42-14 over the Oklahoma Norsemen. The ball's going to be handed off to number 24. That was McAdoo, and McAdoo is going to maybe pick up about, I'm going to say, 2 yards on that run. Landis tried to get a quick snap because he could have had 12 men on the field, and he thought he did, but the Norsemen got away with one. So we're looking at a 2nd and 8 now for the Buccaneers. Ball being spotted at the Norsemen 48-yard line. Low snap, but Landis able to maintain it. Landis had enough time in the pocket. Now he's going to step back and throw at connection number 12, and that is being Number 12, Corey Smith and Landon connect on. Right now, the 46-yard touchdown pass connection. But there is a penalty marker, and this was going to go against the Norsemen. And Coach Mahan gladly just going to decline that one, and Landon does a nice job of standing in the pocket and just letting the play develop and connecting to number 12, Corey Smith, on the 46-yard touchdown pass connection to increase their lead now 48-14 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. The point after attempt from Garcia is up, and it's good. So 14-31 remaining here, and the Buccaneers leading by a score of 49-14. We're not going to take a break. We're going to stay right here because I feel like we just take a break. They're going to be ready to go. So I want to take that chance. I want to miss anything from this game. So far we can say that the Buccaneers have just controlled this game just from kickoff, Mr. Baldry.
Well, I would say since their second drive. The Golden Norsemen did go up 7-0 at first. Since then, it's been all Blinn.
So it's been all Blinn, and Blinn has not looked back. Like we did mention earlier, that Blinn did fall short to the Golden Norsemen last year twice. Once was in the regular season and once was in the postseason. So they're just trying to bounce back and so far and just keep things going. So far, like I said, the Buccaneers have controlled this game and just trying to bounce back from the last week's loss. Last week they lost by a score of 42-21 to Trinity Valley Community College, just trying to turn things around here, and they've done so that tonight. Well, here it is afternoon. 14-31 here remaining here in the fourth quarter, and they're leading by a score of 49-14. Garcia to kick the kickoff from his own 35. Back deep for the Golden Norsemen is number 16, Mr. Hawkins. Looks like now number 41. Also back there is Friday. They're standing, well, Friday is standing at his own 10, and Hawkins is standing at his own 5. Garcia and the Buccaneers about ready to go here. Garcia now approaching the ball, and the kick is up. Nice kick, and it's going to be caught, secured by Friday. Friday trying to hit the outside corner. Friday trying to find and follow his blockers, and Friday was actually able to get a decent return out of this one and get to about, say, his 26, 27. We'll say it's 27. We'll say that's where the Golden Norsemen are going to get this ball, being spotted at their own 27-yard line. Diamond and his offense just trying to see if they can knock up some good drives here and try to see if they can make this contest a little bit more reachable right here. You only got 14 minutes to go here. Still a lot of time remaining here in the game. So Diamond's offense ready to go. Diamond steps back to puck, has an intended receiver, and this ball's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was number 21, that being J.J. Sanders, and J.J. Sanders couldn't come up with it. Diamond did kind of overthrow him a little bit. For a second, you thought they were going to call a pass interference because he was held for a little bit, and he was looking for a penalty marker, but there is no penalty marker out on the play, so it will be second down and 10 now for the Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Diamond, two receivers to the left, to the right. He does a pump fake, and the receiver goes back to J.J. Sanders once again, and J.J. Sanders will now pick up what seems about 6 yards in that reception. So now we're looking at about a 3rd and 4 now for the Norsemen. But they wasn't tackled out of bounds, so we want to keep the clock rolling now. The play clock is sitting at 25 seconds. The game clock is at 14 minutes now. The Norsemen kind of going to a no-huddle set now. Pistol formation now for Mr. Diamond. Got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Hawkins in the back. Williams in the back with the Buccaneers apply some pressure. Nice hand by number 83, Laquise Benson. went up to go get it and snag it all over the corner.
On 3 Blinn Buccaneers defenders.
So 3 Blinn Buccaneers defender, and Benson just went up to go get it to keep the drive alive, picking up 9 yards from that reception. So we are 1st and 10 now for the Norsemen. Ball being spotted at their own 46-yard line. They're kind of going in a whole set right now. You got 2 receivers to the right of Diamond now. Benson over here to his left. Diamond now steps, and Diamond's going to be sacked immediately by number 90, Kristen Williams. And Kristen Williams going to sack Diamond for a loss. About 10 yards on that play. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 20 now for the Norsemen. The Blinn Buccaneers went with the gutsy call, sending the heat, and it paid off for them. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 20 now for the Norsemen. Ball being spotted now back at their own 36-yard line. 12:40 now remaining here. Diamond looking to pass, has the intended receiver. Nice pass going to Hare, and Hare has to go to the run. Hare is at the 20. Hare is at the 10. Hare is at the 5, and Hare is going to be in for the touchdown. Hare connecting on the 64-yard touchdown pass connection from Diamond to Hare. So with 12 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, the Golden Norsemen add on to the deficit now, trailing by a score of 49-21. Excuse me, 20 with the point after the attempt from Heatherly. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 12 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, the Buccaneers lead now has been cut down to 49-21. So we get some more scoring updates throughout here in the college area. We remind you that at 6:30, 13th-ranked Kentucky will be facing off here in College Station against Texas A&M at 6 p.m. And TCU and Texas Tech will face off against each other Thursday at 6:30. That will be the 11th. So just mark that down in your calendar. And I also want to note that Houston won their game earlier against Tulsa by a score of 41-26. And also Texas, 19th-ranked Texas defeated 7th-ranked Oklahoma by a score of 48-45 in the Red River Conference. We're in the Red River battle. Set to go here. We got 12 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this contest. Blinn is leading by a score of 49-21. Headley the kick from his own 35. Back deep for the Buccaneers will be number 13, Gray, and number 8, Clark. And at about their own 9-yard line. Heavily kick. Nice kick. Maintained by Gray. Gray's going to let this one go into the end zone. So now the Buccaneers will get this to start at their own 25-yard line. See what Coach Leon's trying to see if he can run off some time off the clock, or is he just going to try and just get some quick plays and try to add on to this lead? So far, we had to choose. Who do you think your player of the game right now for the Buccaneers is, Mr. Bowdry?
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Boyd.
Mr. Boyd? A nice choice. Mr. Boyd has had an outstanding game so far tonight. Looking this afternoon. So Landon's looking to step the pass, steps in front of the pocket. Now it's going to hit to his receiver, number 6. And number 6 has to win the run. Probably going to be brought down from behind. That was number 6, Tyree sophomore, or Schroesfer. There we go, Schroesfer. Schroesfer was able to pick up about 25 yards on that reception. So now, let's say 26 now. So now, it's going to be handed off to Carlos Grace. And Carlos Grace is going to pick up, say, about 6 yards on that run. No, McAdoo got the run on that one. So he picked up 6 yards on that run. So now we're looking at a second and 4 now for the Buccaneers. Ball's being spotted now at the Norseman 48-yard line. This ball's going to be handed off to McAdoo. McAdoo's going to be hit immediately. Luckily, he got back to the line of scrimmage. Luckily, he got a yard. All depends on the spot of it.
Looks like they're going to give him that yard.
But they're going to give him the yard. So we do have an injured Buccaneer coming here off the field. Number 61, Travis Aguero, freshman offensive lineman. So they can tend to him, see if he's all right. So set to go here. 3rd and 3 now for Landis. And Landis is just going to throw this ball away. Was intended for Grace. Trying to see the parents of the fans here upset that there wasn't a penalty line thrown on the previous play. But regardless, it's going to bring up a 4th and 3 now for the Buccaneers. And Coach Mayhan is going to bring out his punt unit. Just punt this ball away. Clock stopped at 11:07 here in the 4th quarter, but the Buccaneers are leading by a score of 49-21. Tejas' kick is up, a nice punt, and this is going to take a Buccaneers roll and go out of bounds. And Tejas pins, almost forgot the name for a second, the Norsemen deep into their own 4-yard line, and that's where the Norsemen will get this one to start off their drive in the 4th quarter. 10:55 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And the Norsemen are just trying to sneak back in there. They connected on the 64-yard touchdown pass their last drive. They're just trying to sneak back to this game, trailing 49-21. Only down by 4 scores, and anything can happen in the game of football. Trying to see what's going on right here now. The officials, guess they're just waiting on their change. And now, about ready to play some football here. Diamond's offense ready to go. You got trip receivers over there to the right, one over here to the left. Washington's in the backfield with him. That's Williams. This ball's going to be completed. Well, the pass was intended for number 6, Potts. But well covered by number 29 once again. That being Mike Garrett Jr. Mike Garrett Jr. has done a nice job instead of clamping up on his side of the field. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Golden Norsemen. Shotgun formation for Mr. Diamond. 3 receivers to the left for him. Now you got 1 to the right. And the Diamond stepping back now. Diamond's just going to pass, and this ball's going to be intended for number 83. Benson once again, but well covered by Garrett once again. And also to help was number 9 to kind of deflected a little bit, Josh Reed. So now the Norsemen are looking at a 3rd and 10 now from their own 4-yard line. Clock stopped at 10:41.
Mr. Garrett Jr. might be my 2nd pick for the player of the game.
And so Garrett Jr. has done a nice job of the defensive role of not allowing these Golden Norsemen to have the one on the receiving end. So Diamond and his offense is ready to go. Diamond looking to pass. And once again, Garrett could have came up with the interception. He jumped a route. Kind of jinxed Mr. Garrett just did, but could come up with the interception. But Benson did a nice job of staying with it and able to pick up 13 yards on the reception. So the Diamond and his offense able to keep the drive alive. So looking at a 1st and 10 now for the Golden Norsemen. So there is a penalty marker on the play. So push them back 5 yards. So looking at a 1st and 15 now. 1st and 15 for the Norsemen. 10:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Buccaneers leading by a score 49-21. Shotgun formation for Diamonds now. Three receivers over there spread out to the right. We have one up here, Benson to his left. Williams in the backfield with the ball's going to be passed to number 21. And that is J.J. Sanders. J.J. Sanders makes a nice move, dodging. It could have been a nice open field attack. We did a nice job of dodging and picking up. I want to say about, I want to say he picked up about 10 yards in that reception. So now they're looking at a 2nd and 5 now for the Norsemen. Diamond stepping back. Diamond has the intended receiver. This ball's going to be intended for number 8. That man, Matt Green here. So they're going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 now for the Buccaneers. Number 10, Diamond had his option with Hare, but couldn't come up and couldn't connect on it. Would have had enough for the 1st down. So clock stopped at 9:30, and the Buccaneers are trying to get a nice stop right here and put the offense back on the field. 3rd and 5 for the Norsemen. Diamond stepping back, has an intended receiver. This ball's going to be in the vicinity for number 6. Pops once again, but once again, number 29, Mike Gary Jr. over there on the defensive end. Before the play could even be started, pretty much just designated receiver out of bounds and just wasn't allowed any more room. So now we're looking at a 4th and 5 now for the Norsemen, and Coach Allen is going to bring his punting unit out on the field. 9:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Heatherly's punting a nice kick, and this one is going to roll out of bounds at about the 30, what's that, 29, 28, depends on where you want to spot it. Let's say about the 29, and that's where the Buccaneers will get this to start the fourth quarter. So by the look of it, it looks like the Buccaneers will improve to a record of 5-1 overall, and the Northeastern will fall to a record of 4-2. But like I said, there's still a lot of game to be played here. Still got 9 minutes, but the Buccaneers on top by a score of 49-21. You can never count out an opponent. Anything can happen in the sport era. 1st and 10 for Landon and his offensive team. The ball's going to hand off to Magny. Magny's going to try to hit the outside corner, try to force his block. He has some room to run. Still on the seat. Finally puts out of bounds after picking up about a modest gain. About 8 yards on that run. So they'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 now for 2nd down and 2 for the Buccaneers. Ball being spotted. Say roughly about in their own 37-yard line. 8:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Landon is off his ready to go. You got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. McAdoo's in the backfield with them. Landon's going to fake the hit off to McAdoo, and Landon makes a nice cut to dodge a defender. Could have lost a lot more yards, but was managed to able to pick up a yard out of it, really, but instead he lost a yard. So it should be a 3rd and 4 now for the Buccaneers. 8:20 remaining here. I want to say could have got him to jump off sides. Should have just hiked it. But now Mayheim signals the play to Landon's in the offense. Landon's going to hand it off to Magny. Magny's going to hit up the middle. Magny has to move. Magny's going to hit the outside corner. Magny's still on his feet. Magny's at the 30. At the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he might be in for the touchdown. All depend on the spot. And now they finally mark him in for the touchdown. That's a 63-yard touchdown run from McAdoo on the run. And the Blinn Buccaneers have just added on to their lead. So 7:54 here remaining in the fourth quarter. The lead now is 55-21 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. Garcia's point after attempt is up, and it's good. So 7:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Average for points a game so far.
They pretty much met that. They've averaged, like I said earlier, they averaged 49.6. They went well over that. So we'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
How you doing? My name is Mike Prince. I am the host of the Mike Prince Show that is featured right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. We cover everything that's pertaining to sports on the local, regional, high school, and collegiate level. And join us for the latest and the greatest that's going on with the Hempstead Bobcats, the Waller Bulldogs, Royal Falcons, Rose Hill Christian Eagles, the Blinn Buccaneers, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, the MEAC, and SWAC conferences, and so much more. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is OPEN, capital MIC Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, daily, right here with the Mike Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a quick stat update for you. The Blinn Buccaneers have a total of 664 total offense so far in this contest. And that's just to let you know they've had their way here in Brenham, Texas, where they are leading by a score of 56-21 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen. Garcia to kick from his own 35, back deep to receive this one. It's going to be Friday from his own 8-yard line. Friday trying to find some room, hits the outside corner, and Friday's going to be met immediately by number 48 on that tackle, Mike Ajayi. Mike Ajayi was able to get him before anything could happen. So the Norsemen are going to get this one starting roughly about their own 14-yard line. 7:47 remaining here. Like I said, by the looks with the Blinn Buccaneers are going to improve their record by a score of 5-1 overall. Like you were saying, Mr. Bowser, that they had the Blinn Buccaneers were coming in averaging 49.6 points per game, and they were only allowing 20.6 points per game. So they have met those standards here tonight, putting up 56 and only allowing 21 points. Now, Mr. Diamond and his offense is ready to go. 2 receivers to the left. Now he's trying to signal to his offensive line a different kind of play now. Didn't like what he saw from the scheme from the Buccaneers. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Diamond. Diamond looking to pass. This ball's going to be completed to number 3, his intended receiver. That was Juwan Johnson, and Juwan Johnson was wrapped up by number 42 for the Buccaneers. Darian Holmes for Juwan Johnson was able to pick up, I'll say, about 4 yards on that reception. So we're looking at a 2nd down and 6 now. 2nd down and 6 now for the Buccaneers, for the Norsemen. Diamond looking to pass. It's going to go to Juwan Johnson once again, and Juwan Johnson is going to pick up, say, 11 yards on that run, on that pass and run, I should say. So he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock at 7:24, but the head official signaled the clock to get ready to go again. So 7:20, the Golden Norsemen trying to put something together with this drive, killing by a score of 56-21. Diamond gets a snap, looking to pass, has an intended receiver. Couldn't connect to Juwan Johnson once again. Just kind of overthrew him. Pass was leaning more out of bounds. Over there on the coverage was number 4 for the Buccaneers. That was D'Angelo Alexander. A nice job of just causing a little commotion and not allowing Mr. Juwan Johnson to come up with the catch. So 7:08 here remaining in the fourth quarter. Diamond and his offense trying to put things back together. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Diamond looking to pass. Now steps up in the pocket. Has some time to throw. Now rolling to his right. Has a little time to throw. Has an intended receiver. This ball is going to be going to number 21, J.J. Sanders. And this ball might be intercepted by number 4, D'Angelo Alexander. And the official is indicating the interception going to Mr. D'Angelo Alexander. And this is where the Blinn Buccaneers will get it, starting at their own 25-yard line. So I want to say that's the Norseman's 6th or 7th turnover in this game so far. Came back and kind of hurt them. So now I don't know if kind of see Alexander kind of limping up at the end of that play, but he's all right. Let's just get off the field in his own power. So Landon and his offense is ready to go. See what's going on right now. You kind of see that the officials and the coach for the Norseman, that being Zach Allen, kind of discusses some things, trying to see what was the reason on debating on why it was an interception. Couldn't really determine from here. When first we saw that it was an interception, but they had control of it. He's just trying to get a clarification. This ball's going to be handed off to McAdoo. McAdoo making some nice cuts still on his feet, but there is going to be a penalty mark after finally being brought down by the gain of 5 yards. There's going to be a holding going against the Buccaneers, so it's going to push it back 10 yards. So we're looking at a 1st and 20 now instead of a 2nd and 5. 6:48 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the Buccaneers are just trying to run out the clock. 6:45 now here. Ball's now being officially spotted at the Buccaneers' 15-yard line. Landon's in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. McAdoo's in the backfield with him. So now McAdoo and Landon's ready to go in the backfield. The ball's going to hand off to McAdoo once again. McAdoo just putting that head down, trying to see where he can get. He's going to say picked up 5 yards. So McAdoo didn't pick up 5 yards on that run, so bring up a 2nd down and 15 now for the Blinn Buccaneers. See if we get some scores throughout college.
Top 25.
In the top 25, see what time the A&M game, so they kick off at 6 p.m., so they should have been started here in a little bit. So it's set to go here, about 5:55 remaining here. The play clock is at 10 seconds. Landon's just eating up as much time as he can. This ball's going to be handed off. We'll take the hand off to McAdoo, and Landon's going to keep it himself, and Landis is going to maybe pick up, say, 3 yards on that run. So we're looking at about a 3rd and 12 now for the Blinn Buccaneers. See, they try and take a chance downfield or just enough to pick up the 1st down to keep the drive alive. Y'all up 56-21. You don't want to do nothing bonehead. Just want to build the momentum and execute on little plays. Landis and his offense is ready to go. You got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Landis stepping back. There is some pressure applied. Landis is able to escape from it, and Landis is going to keep it himself. And Landis will have enough for the 1st down, and then some. Landis is able to pick up 14 yards on his feet. So that keeps the drive alive for the Buccaneers. A nicely job for the lead blocking for the Buccaneers. That number 6. That was Trey Schofier, giving Landis a little bit more yardage to work with to pick up the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Ball going to be spotted roughly about their own 38-yard line. 4:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Landon's just kind of eating up the time now. The play clock is at 10 seconds. The game clock is at 4:36 now. Now he finally snaps the ball, hands off to McAdoo. McAdoo trying to slip it through a little hole and finally going to be brought down after the positive yardage, or positive forward motion, I should say. So he picked up a yard or 2 on the pin on the spot. Now coming in for McAdoo is going to be number 37. Land Young, the freshman running back. Let's say he picked up 2 yards and getting that to McAdoo, so to make up a 2nd down and 8 now for Buccaneers. Ball's being spotted at the Bucs 39-yard line. 3:55 remaining here. The play clock is at 10 seconds. Now Landon receives Mason. He's going to keep it himself. Landon's hitting the outside. If I just slide down to avoid any unnecessary contact, there is a penalty marker here on the play. A late one coming at the end of the play. If it stands, we're looking at about a 7-yard gain from Landis. So you get some quick scoring updates real quick while we have an injured Norseman on the field. And his penalty markers will go against the Buccaneers.
Unranked Iowa State ended up beating ranked 25 Oklahoma State 48-42. And Clemson ended up winning 63-3 against Wake Forest. Florida, ranked 22, is up 27-19 against LSU, ranked number 5 in the fourth quarter with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. Miami has finally taken the lead against Florida State 28-27. And Colorado has finally broken the tie, and they are up 28-21 against Arizona State in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Ohio State is up 35-26. The fourth quarter is about to start. And 2 minutes into the Texas A&M and Kentucky game, the score is still 0-0.
So you keep an eye on that one. I'm low-key rooting for Kentucky because I got some A&M friends. So don't kill me, but let's go Kentucky. Let's go Kentucky. Let's go Kentucky. Don't kill me, Corbin, Peyton, and Corbin, please. But all out of love. So set to go here. 3rd and 15 now for the Buccaneers after the penalty marker was assessed against them. 3 minutes and 15 seconds here. You got 14 seconds on the play clock. And Landon's just trying to eat up as much time as he can right now. Landon's in the shotgun formation. Landon's stepping back to pass. There's some blitz coming. Landon's looking to pass. Has an intended receiver, Chauffeur, and Chauffeur couldn't come up. It was kind of underthrown. Consi kind of gave up on it. He kind of went a little bit more full speed and gave a little effort. He kind of could have came up with it, but nevertheless, it's a 4th and 15 now for the Buccaneers. Clock stopped at 3:04, and Coach Mahon is going to bring out his punt unit out on the field. Back deep to receive the punt. It's like it's number 25 for them. And his number is Williams. Dan Williams, a running back. Patty receives the kick with a snap. This was took a nice little run. Excuse me, back deep was number 86, I should say, Eric Casey. So Pat's kick goes out of bounds, and the Norsemen will get this to start. I would say at the 34-yard line. 2:57 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Buccaneers are leading by a score of 56-21 over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen.
A lot to say.
And it's kind of a tongue twister. Kind of break it down the Northeastern, the Oklahoma A&M, and we just said the North.
Neo.
Neo. That's a good one. Said to go here back in the quarterback now is going to be number 19. That's Guy Myers. And Guy Myers is going to keep this one himself. And they say he picked up. They say he picked up about 18 yards in that run. So Myers, a new quarterback in, picking up 18 yards on that run by himself. So 2:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the Norsemen are at their own 48-yard line. Myers looking to pass now. Myers has an intended receiver. This ball could have been picked off by number 4, Xavier. Well, that's number 4, D'Angelo Alexander. He has had an interception earlier in the game, earlier in the fourth quarter, I should say. Could have had a second one here. Was out of the reach of him just about a tad bit. So it's going to stop the clock and bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Norsemen. It's the formation for Myers. You have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to fake the handoff, making the pass, has an intended receiver. Ball almost caught. They're trying to say that the Blinn Buccaneers have it. But now they're just going to say that going to kind of break it down. So the intended receiver was number 10 for them. No, so not number 10. Number 14, Cecil Cole, and kind of bobbled the pass. And the number 30 for the Buccaneers was there to apply the pressure or the hit. There's Kyrie Danner. And for a second, he thought he came up with it. So a low snap here. And Myers was able to maintain it. But this is going to be a loss of negative yardage still on the play. So that's going to be a loss. About 7 yards in that play. So we're looking at a second and 17 now for the Norsemen. 1:45 remaining here in the contest. The Buccaneers on top by a score of 46-21. Myers is offense ready to go back here. 2 receivers to the left, to his right. Has enough time to throw. This ball's going to be complete to number 14 once again. It's Cole. Well, Cecil Cole, the third. And he was able to pick up, I want to say, about 9 yards on the reception. I'm going to give him 8, so he picked up 8. So looking at a 3rd and 2 now for the Norsemen. 1:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. This ball's going to be kept by Myers. Myers going to have enough for the first down, picking up 3 yards. So we're looking at a 1st and 10 now for the Norsemen. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the Buccaneers will improve to a record of 5-1 overall. Myers' pass is going to the receiver, what a catch. What a catch. Alexander was all over number 83, Benson, and Benson did a nice job of staying with that. So that was a 31-yard touchdown connection from Myers to Benson. So now the score is the Blinn Buccaneers 46 and the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norsemen 27 with the point at the attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 49 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, we'll take a quick break. The Buccaneers are on top by a score of 56-28 over the Norsemen.
How you doing? My name is Mike Prince. I am the host of the Mike Prince Show that is featured right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. We cover everything that's pertaining to sports on the local, regional, high school, and collegiate level. And join us for the latest and the greatest that's going on with the Hempstead Bobcats, the Waller Bulldogs, Royal Falcons, Rose Hill Christian Eagles, the Blinn Buccaneers, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, the MEAC, and SWAC conferences, and so much more. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is OPEN, capital MIC Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, daily, right here with The Mike Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Brenham, Texas, where the Blinn Buccaneers are leading by a score of 56-28 over the Golden Norsemen. Have roughly about 49 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Back deep to not too much going to get a kick return out of this one. So the Buccaneers will get this to start at their own 25-yard line. So they're going to take a knee and let this ball game conclude. So the Buccaneers will improve to a record of 5-1. I almost said 4. 5-1 overall. And Northeastern Oklahoma will fall short to a record of 4-2 overall. This is what you needed if you are a Blinn Buccaneers football player to bounce back from last year, falling short by 2 this Northeastern team in the first meeting in the regular season and in the postseason. So it's a game of revenge for them this year. They showed their dominance here. Ball's going to be handed off to number 37. That's being Young, and Young is going to pick up no yardage on that game. So, going to make up 2nd down and 10 now. It's about 18 seconds remaining here, and the play clock is at 14 seconds. There's about a 1 second differential between the play clock and the game clock. Game clock is now at 6 seconds. Now he's going to hike him now just to get a playoff. Ball going to hand off to Young once again. Young is going to run this one up himself and pick up about 5 yards in that run. But that will conclude the game here in Brenham, Texas. The Blinn Buccaneers winning by a score of 46-28. We'll take a quick break and be right back to give you a game recap and some stats with our player of the game.
The station designed with you in mind for all your local sports news, information, and updates. Keep it locked right here at 87.9 FM, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
This is Jim Phillips, the head football coach of Waller High School Bulldogs. Listen to the Open Mic.
This is Coach Mike London of the Howard Bison, and you're listening to the Open Mic Network.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, reminding you that you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now. However, we'd like to remind you that we bring a lot more to the table than you may be aware of. Did you know about Our Journey Alive? It's a weekly talk show that features 3 dynamic women sharing their overcoming of domestic abuse and much, much more. You can listen to Sophia and the Gang each and every week right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. What about Prairie View United, also known as PVU? It's giving you up-to-date information going on throughout the city of Prairie View, Texas, and Waller County, Texas. Of course, there is the sports report that is breaking news of the world of athletics and the daily Mike Prince coverage of the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And for those who seek spiritual guidance, we even offer Sunday Morning live broadcast of the Temple of Refuge Ministries, brought to you each and every week right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So be sure to check out what you've been missing by visiting the website at obnradio.com, or you can dial 605-477-5066. And for those who happen to be within the Prairie View community, you can always check us out at 87.9 FM, the station designed with you in mind, serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Hello, my name is Roy Field, head football coach at Hempstead High School, and you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Hello, this is Coach Stephen Smith of the Lincoln University Blue Tigers, and you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Blinn Buccaneers were able to be victorious over the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. The Golden Norsemen by a score of 56-28. So I want to say that the Blinn Buccaneers controlled the whole part of this game. The whole part of this game. And want to give you some quick stats right now. Blinn Buccaneers ended the game with a total of 648 total offense, and Oklahoma Northeastern had a total of 356 total offense. And so far, Mr. Singleton, you can say that Buccaneers just controlled this thing. Well, I want to say from kickoff, because
they had a rough start, but it seemed they bounced back pretty quickly. Not only was the starting quarterback, Davion Boyd, a problem for Oklahoma, but also when they put in the backup quarterback, he seemed to be able to drive down the field just as ever.
Yeah, like he's been in the game the whole time. So Boyd was able to sustain that injury. Just Coach Mahan didn't want to put him back in and risk anything else happening to his starting quarterback. But Landis did a nice job, as you're saying, being in the game. And there was just no answer for the Northeastern Oklahoma Golden Norsemen. So
it seemed they were able to apply pressure the entire game, but that pressure isn't enough when the quarterbacks are as mobile as Blinn.
Not at all. So, like I said, the Blinn Buccaneers come out this game being victorious by a score of 56-28. Did we ever get our player of the game who's going to come up here? Who is it?
Corey Smith.
Corey Smith, the wide receiver, number 12. Corey Smith. So we're going to take a quick break until Corey Smith comes back, and we'll give players perspective on how he thought today's went. So we'll be right back after this.
How you doing? My name is Mike Prince. I am the host of the Mike Prince Show that is featured right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. We cover everything that's pertaining to sports on the local, regional, high school, and collegiate level. And join us for the latest and the greatest that's going on with the Hempstead Bobcats, the Waller Bulldogs, Royal Falcons, Rose Hill Christian Eagles, the Blinn Buccaneers, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, the MEAC, and SWAC conferences, and so much more. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is OPEN, capital MIC, Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, daily, right here, the Mike Broadcast Network. Hi, this is Mike Prince, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to thank you so much for being a part of today's programming, as we've been providing sports coverage for our local and regional high school and collegiate student athletes. We could not get this done without your continued support. We are asking if you would simply visit our website at obnradio.com, become a listening partner to help us continue providing programming. We ask if you could join forces with us by making a commitment of 17 cents a day. It comes out to $5 a month, $60 a year. We will be able to continually to go out and provide you the up-close and personal interviews, game coverage, student-athlete highlights, and much, much more. Please visit our website today at obnradio.com. Click on the PayPal button and become a listening partner today. How you doing? It's the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, reminding you that you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now. However, we'd like to remind you that we bring a lot more to the table than you may be aware of. Did you know about Our Journey Alive? It's a weekly talk show that features 3 dynamic women sharing their overcoming of domestic abuse and much, much more. You can listen to Sophia and the gang each and every week right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. What about Prairie View United, also known as PVU? It's giving you up-to-date information going on throughout the city limits of Prairie View, Texas, and Waller County, Texas. Of course, there is the sports report that is breaking news of the world of athletics and the daily Mike Prince coverage of the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And for those who seek spiritual guidance, we even offer Sunday Morning Live broadcast of the Temple of Refuge Ministries, brought to you each and every week right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So be sure to check out what you've been missing by visiting the website at obnradio.com, or you can dial 605-477-5066. And for those who happen to be within the Prairie View community, you can always check us out at 87.9 FM. The station designed with you in mind, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the booth with me is none other than Corey Smith. I want to congratulate you, Mr. Smith. You are our player of the game. And I want to say you had 2 touchdowns and roughly over 100 yards. That's unofficial, our stats for tonight. But how do you feel playing under Coach Mahon and leading y'all to tonight just to pick up this victory for y'all?
Well, Coach Mahon, he's a great man overall, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to play for no one other than Coach Mahon. And, I mean, just what he brings to the table, every day, you learn something from him. And it's just like it's a person you would want to look up to, a guy that you would want to admire and just be around every day because he could definitely brighten it if you're having a bad day.
Okay, so did you come out expecting to have as big as a game as you did tonight?
Yes. But the mindset was to have a big game. But with the guys I have around me, it's very possible because them guys are good as well. Mm-hmm. And they can make the plays just as I can. And it's just like that's what goes on with the receiver course every game. Our mindset is to come out and dominate and destroy the defense.
Yes, sir. So it was kind of a rocky start at first. They kind of took the lead going into. So how did that feel from y'all bouncing back and taking over the game pretty much after that second drive from y'all, leading the game? There was no looking back after that.
Well, defense, our defense is real good, from the line to the linebacker to the secondary. And whenever we get that slow little start, defense is going to always keep us within range where the offense can come back and, put a drive together, execute, and then go from there. And then it ain't no looking back at that point.
Yes, sir. Like I said, we did mention earlier during the commercial break that you did get defeated by the team last year twice. Once was in the regular season, and then once was in the postseason. So how does this feel for you just coming back here at home to seek out a revenge game and kind of prove this point that y'all never should have really beat us at this point?
Well, with them beating us last year, we know they shouldn't have beat us. But at the end of the day, it was behind us, and we just prepared. We prepared for this game. And, with us being mentally prepared and having a great practice preparation, it was bound. And, we brought it all and left it all out here today, and we knocked off any else.
All right, so to conclude this interview, you want to give out any shout-outs to anybody out there, especially to you, man?
Yeah, I got big brother, I got big cousin. Shout out to D.D. Westbrook, Jacksonville Jaguar. Shout out to my big brother, Steven Townsend, he doing his thing out there in Dallas, and the rest of the Go Crazy gang, and my family, and the Blinn family, the Blinn football team, them guys are something special, each and every one of them, and I just love being around them, and we just gonna continue to practice and take a game at a time and win next week.
I want to congratulate you, Mr. Smith, on an excellent game, being our player of the game. Wish y'all best of luck for next week. And that will conclude here tonight. Mr. Smith and the Buccaneers leading the charge and defeating the Northwestern Golden Norsemen by a score of 56-28. I was your host, Philip Prince. Alongside me, with me was Alan Bowdry and Cameron Singleton. Until then, we'll see you on the other side. You be blessed and have a beautiful and rest of your night.